From the Oxford Gold Group, the kind you can actually hold in your hands and have in your IRA. There is no better time than the present to protect your future and the future of your family. So call the Oxford Gold Group right now at 833-899-GOLD. They'll send you their free guide on investing in gold and silver and answer all of your questions. Protect your money before things get even worse out there. Call Oxford Gold today at 833-899-GOLD. Oxford is here to help you protect your savings and your retirement. Again, 833-899-GOLD.
Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone. When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
Pirate fans, single game tickets are on sale now for as low as $20 for 3 great games to come. East Carolina will take on the Bulls of South Florida, the Temple Owls for Hall of Fame weekend, and then Thanksgiving weekend, it's nationally ranked Cincinnati. For tickets, go to ECUPirates.com.
You can paint this one purple.
Burgers, wings, hand-cut, hand-breaded chicken tenders, fresh salads, and cold beer is the starting lineup at Tiebreakers and has been keeping customers happy for 20 years. Tiebreakers family atmosphere is the perfect place to come watch your favorite team play while enjoying a great lunch or dinner. In a hurry or looking for catering options? Get Tiebreakers to go. That now includes the new curbside pickup by ordering online at tiebreakersnc.com. Tiebreakers.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico. A huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Hey Pirate fans, your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials is Shimmer Boutique. Need some purple and gold to wear? Shimmer has a great selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Need some shoes? Shimmer has the best selection of Hey Dudes around. Need a cooler for tailgating? Shimmer has you covered with a huge selection of Yeti and outdoor accessories. Shimmer, just 1 minute from the stadium on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville and Jacksonville. Find us online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak and our seafood delight pasta. The Rick House is open for lunch daily from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Take a break from your workday with lunch at the Rick House. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello and welcome into a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. Talking to you on this very microphone, and you are hearing me on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250 at 9:30. We are online, pr927fm.com. And what else are we on currently? It's never a good sign when the big dog's here when he's not supposed to be here.
So the YouTube is on.
We are on YouTube. You can find us there, Pirate Radio TV.
We are working on Facebook.
We are working on Facebook.
Facebook could still be having issues.
Okay.
It could not all be back yet. So.
We're trying to get all the way back, but right now you can check us out on YouTube and find us there. Pirate Radio TV, some great stuff on our YouTube page, including Mike Houston's press conference from today. And you'll be able to see and hear the interviews with Donnie Kirkpatrick, Blake Harrell on Wednesday. Some Pirate player interviews as well. It's all there for you on our YouTube page, Pirate Radio TV, and hopefully we'll be up on Facebook soon as well. All right, coming up on today's program, we will continue to recap some of East Carolina Tulane, but also start to look ahead to what's coming up this Saturday. When you win, it just sets up more big games, more important games, and another one coming up for East Carolina this Saturday on the road at UCF. Starts to look more like a winnable game when the Pirates win and when you see what happened to UCF last week against Navy. We'll talk about it with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, later on this hour, who loves the Pirates this week. I think it's more about hating UCF than loving the Pirates, but either way, Jeff Nadu likes East Carolina. He'll talk about it with us coming up later on in this hour. We'll also hear Mike Houston and what he had to say in his own words today at the weekly press conference. We got some Mike Houston cuts to run in about 15-20 minutes. That's hour one. Hour two, we'll hear from the play-by-play voice of the UCF Knights. Marc Daniels will join us on the Fixed NC Live line. We'll ask him what happened to the Knights last week against Navy. We'll talk about the quarterback situation with Dylan Gabriel out and how they will try to rebound against East Carolina coming up on Saturday. And the second hour, we'll talk some postseason baseball. We'll mix in some Pirate football talk, too, because Malcolm Gray will be our guest from East Carolina. And, of course, Malcolm Gray helps out Tom McClellan with ECU football media relations. He's also the go-to guy for ECU baseball. So maybe a little fall ball chat with East Carolina, some MLB playoff talk. He's a Red Sox fan. They play the Yankees tonight in the American League wild card winner-take-all game. So we'll discuss it all with Malcolm Gray in hour two. Hour three, actually tail end of hour two, heading into hour number three. We'll talk to Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors. We'll talk, of course, all things ECU. We'll give out some college football picks. Also, I'm thinking maybe we should extend this to next week. Stephen Igoe and I go through every ECU basketball game once the schedule is released and do our season-long predictions. Maybe we should save that for the bye week. I'll see how Igoe's feeling, if he wants to knock it out today or talk about it next week. So we might do some ECU hoops predictions on the show today as well. All that and more on the way. Shirley Rhodes is here. Chandler Honeycutt's here somewhere. The big dog trying to figure out our technical issues with Facebook. We got intern making.
We're back on Facebook, Bubba.
We are back 100% on Facebook. So you can chime in there and give us your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, birthdays, anniversaries, everything in between. Intern making, intern Jalen here as well. So we are locked and loaded. And as I click on the video, it says, sorry, something went wrong. We're working on getting this fixed. So, hell, I don't know. I'm just going to keep talking. All right. Let's get to today's rundown. And we will start with the line on East Carolina and UCF, and that line is at 10. Talked about it with Ellerby yesterday. I would have put it out at around 8, UCF minus 8. You'll hear Jeff Nadu coming up in a little bit. He thinks the line is
astoundingly high in the favor of UCF. So UCF should be favored against East Carolina at home. I think we'd all agree on that. By how much is the question. And right now that line is sitting at 10. And the Pirates got some momentum. Can they prepare this week the way they prepared for Tulane and put it out on the field? That remains to be seen. But right now, that line has already dropped some. So you got some people that jumped in early on the Pirates, and for good reason, the way they played last week, and, of course, the way the Knights looked when they lost to Navy. All right, along with this game, we'll see. We'll talk to touchdown Tony Collins on Thursday. He is our Mr. Guarantee, but we didn't have to wait for Tony Collins. Tony's already... He's like 2 busted guarantees in the hole, but he's already nailed 2 guarantees this year. He's just throwing them out willy-nilly the way Tony Collins does. But we have another guarantee already out there, and I have seen this on social media, but I have yet to even listen to this cut. So I'm going to be hearing it for the first time, like some of you are. Cam Good is a UCF player. What position does this guy play? He's the O-line, D-line? Say that one more time.
I think he's defensive tackle.
A defensive tackle. I got to say, I love his Twitter handle at Cam Bam Bigelow, a reference to the old wrestler Bam Bam Bigelow. So he's got that going for him. But he was talking to the media on Monday, and did he throw out a guarantee for this game for UCF? Let's hear the cut, Shirley, from Cam Good, UCF defensive tackle.
I'm excited. I know the bounce house is going to be bouncing this weekend. I know the energy is going to be there. You know, they're excited to see us win, and I'm guaranteeing we're going to bring that to the fans.
All right, there it is. The bounce house will be bouncing, according to Cam Good, and they want to see the Knights win, and he's guaranteeing that that they will bring that win to the UCF fans. That doesn't mean anything at all.
I think he needs to guarantee if the bounce house will be bouncing.
Because you think it's going to be a little subdued after that loss?
After that loss to Navy, who has just been absolutely awful all year. I mean, I know our fan base wouldn't fill up Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium after a loss like that. I mean, maybe UCF's fan base is different, but we'll see. It is a tough place to play down there in Orlando, especially when it is bouncing. I don't know if it'll be bouncing this Saturday, but it's still going to be a tough environment.
Again, I say this all the time. These are empty words when you hear them in the world of sports, because if UCF wins, Cam Good is good on his guarantee, but what if they lose? They're still going to play football the next week. Cam Good's not going to be dismissed from the team. He's not going to do anything that he's not going to do anything differently if they lose this game because he guaranteed it. So none of this matters in the grand scheme of things. All that matters is, I mean, I guess you can use it as motivation if you'd like to, if you're East Carolina, that one of their defensive players has guaranteed a win.
We've seen this before in college football, too. We've seen the
NFL, NBA, ML, whatever.
He's probably one of the characters that they have on that team that, says a lot of, great sound bites, and that's one of them right there. And I'm sure he's one of those guys. He might be a leader for this team, trying to pump up his teammates by saying that, because they need something to pump them up and try. They need a win after a loss last week to Navy.
Again, empty words, doesn't matter if he said this or didn't say this. It's no different at all.
I totally agree.
It's a big nothing burger.
I totally agree.
But you don't want to say this if you are a coach or a player playing a game, because then it just gives something else, another edge for the team. And Mike Houston knows some things are an edge, Shirley, and some things aren't an edge. They can give you an edge.
That ain't edge.
That ain't edge. But this could be edge. This could be an edge for East Carolina going into the game on Saturday if they choose to put these words on on the whiteboard and say, hey, look, this is what they think of you, East Carolina. They're thinking they're going to have a fun home game in front of their fans, and the bounce house will be bouncing, and they want to win, and we're going to guarantee a win for our fans. That's what they think of you. Thank you, Shirley, for throwing that in. Can I hear that one more time?
Whoops.
We need to get
where'd that come from?
Hey, you missed a couple of days. You missed a lot around here, Chandler.
Yeah,
why don't you go to another freaking wedding this weekend? Anybody getting married? You got any more friends?
Nah, man, I'll be here this weekend.
All right. We do work around here when you're not here. We didn't just take 2 days off.
I understand.
We did one thing, and it was get that soundbite. That's all we did in the 48 hours you were gone.
What's the detail behind that?
That was Shirley cutting off a something. What was we were going to break, Shirley?
I was going to break, and I was having to monitor the.
Oh yeah, because Glenn had stepped away for a moment.
Yeah,
because
so
we were undermanned with you not here.
So I had all the keyboards and the mice all kind of lined up.
2 mices, 2 keyboards,
3
4
mice,
screens.
3 mice, 3 keyboards, 3 screens, and I thought I was hitting the space bar to fire the commercial, and I hit the space bar to stop the music.
Which is okay, because usually the mics are off at that point, but she was also controlling 3 mics, and the mic was on, and she let out a little...
Whoops.
And it was great. So we're just going to keep that rolling.
Oh, man.
See, Chandler, when you leave, the things get out.
Everything happens when I leave.
Maybe you're the most important piece to this Pirate Radio puzzle.
Hey.
I don't think.
I said
don't
maybe,
think so.
and I said it sarcastically.
I'm just saying.
You definitely did. Because the most important piece is sit beside me.
Suck up.
What are you, a kicker for the Bucks?
That was good.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Ryan, suck up, Honeycutt. All right, moving along. Would you like to make a guarantee on this game?
No. Why would I want to?
I don't know. Because you can just throw around the word like it doesn't matter.
No.
No? Okay. Not gonna.
I'm a superstitious guy.
I'm very superstitious. I'm like Stevie Wonder over here. Moving on. All right, dude. Chandler, what if I told you 30 for 30 that I watched the 0.0 seconds of Monday Night Football last night?
Well, if you did, that would be the second time you told me today because you told me earlier.
What did you say the first time I told you that earlier today?
Really?
Yeah, you didn't believe me.
I didn't.
But it's true. It's damn true. I after dinner, I laid down. I was feeling a little groggy, and I turned on a murder show, The Chestnut Man on Netflix. It is a foreign show, so it's got subtitles. So I was watching that before Monday Night Football came on. Then I saw that there was a delay in a dome stadium. They had a weather delay.
That was ridiculous.
Redonkulous. And I started to doze off a little bit, and I chose the English audio option on the show so I could close my eyes and still listen to the show as I was falling asleep. Well, turns out I not only did I take a little nap, I woke up at about 12:30 a.m.
Wow.
Realized I missed the whole game. Pulled up the score app to find out what happened, and what did happen was what I said would happen, and that's the Chargers knocking off the Raiders, their first loss of the year. Now, I started to read some about this. How the heck do you have a weather delay inside a dome? And the tweets and what I was reading, apparently at SoFi Stadium, it's kind of like a canopy setup or a tent, like a tailgating tent.
I cannot believe they spent the money on that.
I know.
To still have weather delays.
Do they still believe in that old adage that it never rains in California?
Well, apparently so, because it was like raining sideways and there was like lightning and stuff in the area, which caused the delay. I saw them talking to John Gruden before the game. That was kind of funny. Or they were explaining to him what was going on.
It's a dome, man. What are they doing, man?
Hey, man.
$5 billion for this, man?
I checked. Thought we were inside, man. Sounded like a Raiders home game from the highlights I saw.
Unbelievable. I mean, I have never seen that before where the away fans just basically take over a home field advantage for another team. But they would like pan out into the crowd, and it was nothing but Raiders fans. I mean, it was like the black hole in Los Angeles, and they brought the noise, but the Raiders couldn't do anything offensively.
Chargers
and
are good.
The Chargers offensively were great. So even though they outnumbered the Chargers fans there in SoFi Stadium, that Chargers offense had its way with the Raiders defense.
Joey Bosa from the Chargers called the officials blind after the game. That's always fun. I'm down with some official criticism. I still think it's hilarious that coaches aren't allowed to talk about the refs making bad calls or they get fined after games. Which we talk about the players, we talk about the poor coaching decisions. Why can't we talk about the refs if they screw up? But you're not allowed to do that, or you get a fine. Joey Bosa, I guess players.
I don't know what he's referring to.
Players aren't supposed to be able to do this either without a fine, right? There was a missed hold call late in the fourth quarter. Bosa said, "quote I didn't even know they called the effing penalty on me because I was fuming." He said, "Refs are blind. I'm sorry, but you're blind. Like, open your eyes and do your job. Jeez. It's so bad, it's unbelievable." End quote. That was the Joey Bosa call. Apparently, they yeah.
Well, speaking now, while we're on the refs topic, they had a taunting penalty last night. I think it was Darren Waller. Darren Waller spiked the ball. It happened to be on the sideline for the Chargers.
It's not a round ball, so it doesn't always go where you want it to.
And it just so happened to bounce right directly to a Chargers player, and they threw the flag. It took them a while to throw the flag. It was actually kind of delayed, and sure enough, they gave him the taunting penalty. And it was obvious. It was nowhere near intended for anybody on the Chargers. He was just very hyped up for that first down. And a lot had to do with him being on that Chargers sideline. I wouldn't have thrown I'm not liking this taunting penalty.
If you spike a ball and it hits the opposing player by the letter of the law, that's a taunting penalty.
Yep.
But I don't like it. Cousin Sal, who you may know from like the Jimmy Kimmel Show, he's a comedian, writer, whatever. He does a podcast with Bill Simmons I listen to every week where they guess the lines for NFL. But he had I think a great comment on this after he's a Cowboys fan after the Chargers Cowboys game, that if you want to draw a taunting penalty, all you have to do after a guy catches the ball, just stand close to him and just kind of and look in his direction. Don't do anything. Just stand there. And 9 times out of 10, the wide receiver that catches the pass will either make a gesture, he'll do the first down signal, and maybe if you're standing close enough to him and looking at him,
hit you right between the eyes.
He'll do it right in your face.
Yeah.
Or if he spikes the ball, you might get hit by the ball. So if they're going to call all these penalties, if you're a defender after a play, just stand up close to the receiver, and you could earn 15 yards for your team. And
that's smart.
I think that's genius.
That is very smart.
If I'm a defender, I'm doing that after every single catch this season. And it's going to happen where that guy's going to do something, not even meaning to taunt you, but you're in the vicinity. Exactly. You kind of just get in the way, fall down, good things will happen.
You're taking a charge. You're taking one for the team because you could get poked right in the eye with a first down, with that first down point that they like to do.
I want to see this happen, and by I want to see it, I mean I really don't. But this is what I would do if they start spiking the ball and it touches me. I'm flopping. I'm falling down. I'm grabbing my leg.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Or if a receiver catches a pass, starts walking back to the huddle, and he walks past me, I'm falling down.
Yeah.
I'm flopping.
Go for it.
Call the flag. Let's make a mockery of this whole
This is ridiculous.
taunting
It
thing.
deserves to be mocked.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least, unless you don't care about the baseball playoffs because you don't like baseball or your team's not in it, let's take a look at the MLB postseason schedule. Coming up on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. That is tonight. The Red Sox and Yankees play for the 400th time this season. This one in Fenway for the right to get into the AL playoff bracket. And I think take on the Tampa Bay Rays. So winner gets the Rays. Coming up Wednesday night, the Cardinals, who just finished on a flurry. All right, let me say this as a Braves fan. I had no hopes going into this postseason. I wasn't even excited about it. But then I took a look at it. If the Cardinals can beat the Dodgers in the wild card game Wednesday night, which the Cardinals have been beating everybody, so it's not out of the question, that just opens things up for everyone on the National League side of things, because you've got the Giants, who just had a tremendous regular season. But are you really afraid of the Giants if you're the Brewers or Braves? I'm not. I'm more afraid of the Dodgers than anybody. So if the Cardinals could win and play the Giants, the Braves have a better lineup than the Brewers. I think that's a fact. Now, the Brewers have good pitching. I'm not super scared of the Brewers. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if it would be Braves-Brewers and then potentially Braves-Giants or Braves-Cardinals, the Braves could represent the NL in the World Series. I don't think that's asking too much. That's all contingent upon the Dodgers losing on Tuesday night, or on Wednesday night, because I still feel like the Dodgers are the best team in the National League, despite what the record shows in the West. And I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. So I think a big game, if you're a Brewers, Giants, or Braves fan, Wednesday night, you're pulling for the Cardinals to beat the Dodgers. Now, the last time I did this in the playoffs, Chandler, was when I wanted the Nationals. Were they a wild card when they
played the Brewers?
So they beat the Brewers
in the wild card.
Then they beat the Dodgers.
Beat the Dodgers.
And then the Braves lost to the Cardinals, I want to say, that year.
And then we played the Cardinals.
Yeah. So the last time I did this, it did not work out in my favor. And that pesky wild card team ended up winning the whole thing. And that year, that was Chandler's Nationals, who got hot in the second half of the season, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like the Cardinals did.
Sure.
Maybe some deja vu here. I don't know. But the Cardinals and Dodgers play Wednesday night at 8. Tonight's game on ESPN, by the way, Wednesday night TBS. The Cardinals-Dodgers winner will get the Giants. That game will be on TBS on Friday. The Braves will play during Pirate Radio Live on Friday. So we got a watch-along situation going on as I do the show, and the Braves play the Brewers in Game 1. They'll also be playing the Brewers during the Bud Light pregame tailgate on Saturday. So,
as a sports fan, is that exciting for you, or is it more nerve-wracking for you?
It's exciting, but I'd rather be able to compartmentalize both things and have my show here and the playoffs here on an island, have the ECU here by themselves, and the good news is they don't play on Sunday, so I'll get to watch the Crapskins versus the Saints and not have to worry about baseball. So I'll take that personally. But anyway,
hey, how about you beat the Saints to help us out? And
we already helped you out once, by the way. You didn't help us out by beating the Cowboys.
I know, but we're going to try again this Sunday when we play the Eagles at home.
How about you help us out for once?
Okay.
You owe us one, and we'll give you a second for free, a little freebie, and beat the Saints.
I'm sorry, man, but I don't know if there's any stopping the Cowboys in the NFC East.
I know. They're going to run through everybody.
Your prediction last week.
They win by 4 plus games.
Your gut feeling of them winning the division by 4 games and more is looking better and better.
Yeah, and look, I don't want to see anybody on the Cowboys get hurt. I want to beat them 100%. So, barring any injury, I think on offense to a key player, I think really anybody, they could lose one guy, probably other than Dak, and still keep this thing going. I think it's all about Dak at this point, running that offense. Because if you put Andy Dalton in there like you did last year, or if you put Ben DiNucci in there, that thing takes a whole different, turns a whole different direction. But with Dak, they are going to win the East, and they're going to win it by likely 4 games, I think, at this point. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. When we return, we'll hear some Mike Houston comments from earlier today as he looked back at the complete team victory over Tulane, and also looked ahead to what he's got this weekend against UCF. We got a big show for the rest of the way. Mike Houston comments, Jeff Nadu, Mark Daniels talks UCF, Malcolm Gray talks MLB, Stephen Igoe talks all things ECU. It's all ahead on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
On Saturdays, your team needs you. Your sofa needs you. And you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays. Unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hello folks, this is Jamie Lane with Carolina Hardscapes and Mulch. We believe that making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio, fireplace, pool, walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call at 364-1201. You can stop by our outdoor showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic's Oak Furniture. At Carolina Hardscapes, we look forward to making your backyard the place to be. Find us on the web at carolinahardscapesandmulch.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Are you starting to plan your holiday travel for this year? Book today on American Airlines at PGV and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines and PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Public notice, Discount Mattress and Furniture, Greenville, 1501 Evans Street. Everything must go up to 75% off. Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes, purple swivel chairs, ECU, $99. Desk chairs, $10. Queen mattresses, $199. Sofas, much more. Discount Mattress and Furniture up to 75% off. 1501 Evans Street in Greenville, and I'll see you there!
This is Coach Blake Harrell, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Well, welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back in to the, what show am I on?
Pirate Radio Live.
Pirate Radio Live. Jeez. Yeah, back to you, Clip.
All right.
I just need to just say that. Just back to you, Clip.
Welcome back to the show. We're all good team players around here. we show up every weekend and do our job and stick with the team. Although last weekend, there was an example of a person who is a team member of ours not being with the team and being around alcohol and women. And there is video of this person that I've seen, actually.
No way.
Are we talking about Urban Meyer?
Well, we're either talking about Urban Meyer or Chandler Honeycutt.
This is true.
I'm trying to get you to figure out which one I'm talking about. There's video of him touching a woman.
Okay, this isn't me.
Yes, it is. I saw a video of you doing a chest bump with a woman out on Saturday.
Not as inappropriate as Urban Meyer.
All I'm saying is I saw a video of it happening. Am I right or wrong?
You're right there in the middle.
I'm right.
And offering said woman alcohol, I do believe.
Well, hold on.
Handing
you
her
handed a woman an alcoholic beverage.
an alcoholic beverage.
Oh, jeez. I was with Urban Meyer this weekend.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to hear you say.
Okay.
No,
I admit it.
I just found it interesting that the stories are really intertwining here. Not being around the team, being on your own in a party situation, touching a woman, offering her a beverage. She's slam dunk. Now the context.
And staying with family, I do believe. Did you stay with family
were
while
you
you were?
Were you around any family members?
My father was there.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Okay. All right.
But no, Chandler's context is yours was much more innocent. You were being announced as being part of the wedding.
We were being introduced into the reception.
We did a really cool intro.
Chugged a White Claw.
You chugged a claw.
That's what I was given before there's comments of why is the White Claws are really good, by the way. But a lot of people
Don't get yourself in any more trouble. Just let me tell the story. So you chugged the claw. You hand it to a lady who was also in the wedding.
Yes.
She you form a hoop.
Like a hoop.
A hoop. She dunks it.
Yep.
And then you guys do a celebratory chest bump.
Yep.
That was the context of Chandler's innocent night out after a wedding that is caught on video. Much different than Urban Meyer's.
A lot different.
By the way, Urban Meyer's got, you can order some Urban Meyer books if you're interested. Let me get the titles of those books.
Can we bring up the video from last year?
Well, I was watching that. That was tweeted earlier
that was
today.
my first time seeing that. I never knew that happened.
Urban's doing an interview on Zoom or whatever. And
with the guy that
there's a reflection
of a shirtless guy coming in. It looks like he's on a boat.
At least shirtless.
Yeah.
As far as we know, the man might not be wearing pants. I don't know. All we know for sure is that he doesn't have a shirt on. Urban's doing an interview, taking it serious, and for some reason thinks that we can't see the video the whole time. So he starts going, "No, get off! You're on my video. Get off the video. We can see you. Stop it. We can see. Oh my God!" So that was funny. That's going around. You can,
and the guy just is completely oblivious. He's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like he just stands there the whole time, and Urban is talking, and you can see him clearly in the reflection.
You can buy Urban Meyer's book. This is not the first time I've brought this up on the show, but for $18, you can get Urban Meyer Above the Line: Lessons in Leadership and Life from a Championship Program. You can get that book. You can also.
I don't think I want to know what his lessons in life are.
Well, Shirley, if you've got $5,
visit family a lot.
This is on sale for $5.09. You can get Urban's Way. Urban Meyer, the Florida Gators.
He had his way.
Yeah, Urban's Way. You can get that for $5. So, Urban Meyer, a big do as I say, not as I do guy. A lot of those out there in the world of sports, politics, and in general life. So you can purchase those books now and learn how to do it the Urban way. All right, let's hear from Mike Houston and learn about his way. If you don't want to hear this, you can go fly a kite, by the way, for all I care.
Print it.
Cut one, Shirley. Mike Houston's opening comments at his press conference from earlier today.
Good to be back up here with you. what a great weekend in Daddy Ficklin Stadium, and what a great homecoming weekend for Pirate Nation and the Greenville community. Everything about it. And it started Friday. We had so many letter winners around campus, and got to see so many former Pirates that stopped by the football offices. Had several of them stop by, walk through on Friday afternoon. In the hotels, around the hotels, Friday evening and Saturday morning. And then, the Pirate Walk was fantastic last Saturday. We had a huge crowd for that. And just a perfect weather, afternoon game day atmosphere in Daddy Ficklin Stadium. And our team played very well. So it was great to get a huge conference opening win this past Saturday over a very good Tulane team. Excited about the way the team played. Excited about the way the kids responded to everything last week. So thankful for the fans that were in the stands, the student body. The Boneyard was very loud. It was just a really great day, and able to have Parmalee here with us. I know everybody enjoyed the concert. They were in the locker room celebrating with the team post game, so that was pretty neat to see. So just a great weekend. So enjoyed that, and then have fully transitioned on to a very good UCF team. And our trip to Orlando, Florida this Saturday. It's a big challenge for our program. Next conference game. Very, very talented team. Coach Malzahn has made the transition, very, very seamlessly. They have a very talented group. We'll be challenged greatly. So, got to be ready to go. So, looking forward to a great practice this afternoon.
All right, Mike Houston ready to move on because he has to, but man, I want to keep looking back at that perfect storm that was Saturday with the beautiful day in eastern North Carolina.
I wonder if Ben does.
Yeah, we need to hear from Ben. The problem is, I don't know if our freaking Facebook Live is working at the moment.
YouTube is up, though. Maybe he's watching on there.
Look, what do we call him? Look back, Ben?
Look back, Ben.
Look back, Ben. Can we look back? Because you had the perfect weather. You had the halftime show. You had... I wish there was more people there. A great tailgate. Yes.
Tailgating thing.
You had a rowdy crowd, not a packed house by any means, but from people that were there. They say it was a very good into the game crowd, so that's a good thing. And then you had the complimentary football, the great performance by the Pirates on the field against Tulane. So you had it all there. What was the difference between the team we saw against Tulane, especially there out of the gate, and the team we saw the previous week against Charleston Southern? Mike Houston answered that. Cut two.
Practice, preparation, and probably mental mindset going into the ball game. All those. We had a great week of practice last week. Very physical practices on Tuesday and Wednesday. But the players mentally going into the game, I really liked where they were. Saturday morning, I had no doubt once we finished our team meeting Saturday morning that we were going to play well. Didn't know if you're going to win or not, but I knew we would play well, and certainly they went out and did that.
All right, there is Mike Houston talking about his team's performance from one week to the next, and we talked about that with the players on the Players Lounge. You can hear the Players Lounge Pirate Radio podcast coming up at 6 o'clock today as Holden Nailers, Xavier Smith, Bruce Bivens, CJ Sneed, DJ Ford all talked about how the preparation led to a great performance against Tulane. More Mike Houston coming up later on in the show. We'll take a time out. When we return, we'll visit with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. I'm almost scared because we've been here before with Jeff Nadu. He really likes the Pirates this weekend.
I thought he was done with the Pirates.
I know, I did too. I'm trying to warn him not to get back on the Pirates, but I think it's more of a fade on UCF. You'll hear his explanation when we return, and we'll talk more college football with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, when we return after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Do you suffer from pain, anxiety, or sleeping issues? Eastern Healthcare has a solution for you. Eastern Healthcare is the premier CBD store with retailer quality products to help with any ailment you might have. They carry nationally recognized brands such as Curative's Delta 8, CBD Distillery, and Charlotte's Web with a wide variety of delivery systems.
This is Adam from Eastern Healthcare. Come visit our store at 2245 Stantonsburg Road across from Vidant Hospital or call 227-4199. Eastern Healthcare. Wellness starts here.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville.
Hi, this is Todd Mitchum with Mercer Glass, Eastern North Carolina's most complete glass company. Mercer Glass specializes in windows, shower doors, auto glass, and mirrors. We can install or repair almost anything made of glass in your home or business. So give us a call at Mercer Glass. That's 752-5101. That's 752-5101.
Hey Pirates, this is Holt Nailers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body filled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to cleaneats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
The UPS store in Winterville is now open on Fire Tower Road, across from Marabella Pizza and beside Subway. Trust the UPS store in Winterville with pack and ship guarantee and same-day printing. When it comes to shipping, the UPS store in Winterville has everything you need in one place. The boxes, the packing material, and all the assistance along with on-site notary, passport photos, and business and printing service and freight. The UPS store, now open in Winterville 7 days a week. The UPS store in Winterville is your premier location. Go Pirates!
Are you ready for some football? Let Bostic Sud Furniture get you ready. Stop in during our Touchdown to Savings event and save up to 15% off with 6-month special financing on just what you need to catch all the exciting action this season. With over 250 Lazy Boy recliners in stock, or choose 72-month special financing. Find the right mattress at a comfortable price and get 72-month special financing. Plus, save big on our brand new Serta mattress collection. So rush to Bostic Sud Furniture now.
ASAP Party and Tent Rentals is your one-stop shop for weddings, anniversaries, corporate events, family reunions, birthday parties, or any celebration with friends and family. ASAP Party and Tent Rentals has the widest selection of tents, tables, chairs, linens, china, concession equipment, bounce rides, games, staging, wedding equipment, dance floors, and so much more. At ASAP Party and Tent Rentals, we help people get together. Call today at 756-7903. ASAP Party and Tent Rentals, locally owned and operated on Diamond Drive in Greenville near Agri Supply and Equipment Plus.
Pirate Radio.
I can promise you, we are going to be a hard-nosed, physical, fundamentally sound, disciplined football team. We're going to compete and go toe-to-toe with anybody we match up against. But that's going to be our mentality year-round.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at PR927FM. You can follow us on Twitter at FreePR927FM. Join the 50,000 followers today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Let's quickly head out to the Fixed NC live line, wrap up hour number 1 with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. He joins us here to talk college football lines on a Tuesday. Jeff, how you doing, man? Really good. Jeff, hang on 1 second. We'll get to you in just a moment as I don't know what that was, but Jeff Nadu going to join us to talk ECU UCF, and he liked the over last week. We'll talk about that momentarily, and he likes the Pirates this week, at least from messages I've exchanged with him, as East Carolina a 10-point underdog at UCF at the Bounce House. We'll talk about some other games as well going on in college football. Igoe and I will make some picks later on in today's show.
If Nadu goes with the Pirates and the Pirates lose,
yeah, I mean, it's going to be a complete. That's what I'm worried about.
I know.
A giant meltdown coming next week.
I know.
So
that's the only thing I'm worried about, because as I mentioned earlier in the program, I'm a superstitious guy.
Shirley, do we need to punt on this and do it later? Is just
give me 1 second.
Okay, 1.
Not that much.
We're gonna need. Hello, my mic's not on. Shirley is.
Your mic is on.
It is now.
Okay, I've got Nadu now. Sorry.
All right, are we good? Let's go out to the Fixed NC Live line and talk to Jeff Nadu. Jeff, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, Clip. How are you?
Hey, doing great, and having fun covering some college football around these parts, because the East Carolina, for the first time since 2014, have won 3 straight games, Jeff. They knocked off Tulane on Saturday. They now hit the road to UCF. Early in the season, I just said that ECU should be a stay away. Can't figure them out. You figured them out enough on Saturday to take the over in their game against Tulane. And as I texted with you, Jeff, I was glad to see East Carolina more than do their part to hit that over. The offense was clicking on Saturday. The defense played well. And that was really the most complete game East Carolina's played this year, and potentially in the Mike Houston era. Great performance on Saturday.
It really was. I texted you, and I couldn't believe the start, 31-7 at the half. Then they kind of balled up in the third quarter, and you're kind of thinking, oh, no, don't do this. And, but then they come right back in the fourth and ended up propelling, and yeah, that was great. I mean, they were great on the ground. They were great through the air. And look, Clip, I'm going to keep saying this, like, they've got to throw the football. They need to have some bounce. I get it. But, look, when Mitchell's giving you 15 yards a carry, you just got to keep rocking with him. He's been terrific. He's had some big runs, and Tulane's a bad defensive team. I was just hoping they could give me 25-30, and they did. I had a great Saturday, man. I won every game I bet, so I was very happy with it. And I'll continue to bet Tulane overs.
All right, we'll get to that in a moment. How about East Carolina this week, Jeff, on the road taking on UCF? The Knights favored by 10 points in that one, and I'll pull up the total here in just a moment. But
this is
Jeff,
absolutely ridiculous line, ridiculous.
In what way?
Listen, Clip, I'm gonna tell you now. I wouldn't lay 10 if ECU is playing, or if UCF was playing Bethune-Cookman. I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone would do this. What on earth is this line?
I don't know. I was thinking I would have set it at like 8. I don't know. I mean, maybe you think that's still too high.
Stinks, Clip. They just lost to Navy. This team sucks.
Are you calling for a Pirate outright win? ECU money line on Saturday?
Look, I wouldn't be surprised. I put this number at like 5.5.
Yeah.
I don't think UCF is any good. Defensively, they are dreadful. I think they've got and I'll tell you what, Clip, you said it best. You got a confident East Carolina team coming in here right now. They're 3-2. I told you again, you've got winnable games. You should beat South Florida. You should beat Temple, because that gives you 5. If you can win this game, you also get Navy in there. This is a huge game, and you've got to be looking at it as such. I know it's a tough travel spot. I know it's tough to go there and win. But this is a UCF team that's completely devoid right now of any confidence. You have an East Carolina team that's full of it and brimming with it. I would very much be viewing this as a winnable game. 10.5 is a joke. That's a joke of a number. I already bet 10.5, and I will be on the Pirates team.
All right.
I really like what I see from this group recently, and they seem like they know how to win all of a sudden. No Dylan Gabriel. The quarterback situation has been a complete mess. Listen, Clip, I've said before, I think the Naval Academy is one of the worst offenses in the country. They give up 34 to Navy. That is absolutely pathetic. I like East Carolina here.
Yeah, pretty shocking score there from Annapolis last week. And Jeff Nadu says the night struggles will continue. East Carolina at UCF 6 o'clock Saturday. Go ahead, Jeff.
You know who UCF has on deck as well? Cincinnati, in Cincinnati.
All right, look ahead spot as well for the Knights. Yeah, kind of makes you start to feel a little bit better about this road game coming up. 6 o'clock. We'll be with you Saturday, 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, taking you up to kickoff. All right, Jeff, let's bounce around, look at some other action, and we will circle back to games you like. I'm going to start with noon ABC Saturday. It's Oklahoma and Texas. Oklahoma continues to skate by. They're undefeated. They are having trouble really putting teams away and rolling up a lot of points. They take on a Texas team that has looked good since losing to Arkansas in a big way earlier this season. The line is at 3.5, which at first glance tells me to go ahead and take Texas in this game. Total in the 60s. Any thoughts on this matchup in the Red River Shootout?
Yeah, this is a tough game. I mean, I think my first thought was, well, who do I trust more defensively? Obviously Oklahoma. But look, I just don't think this team's going to win by a lot of margin this year. I just don't see it. Now you got to add in the fact that you're going on the road. You're taking on a Texas team that's, kind of the word today is confidence. They're brimming with confidence. They absolutely destroyed Texas Tech, destroyed, for the most part, Texas Christian, beat them. Ended up beating them by only 5, but put up 32 points. And I don't think Casey Thompson even really played that well. The big concern and the big thing in this game is Oklahoma kind of because look, Bijan Robinson's not going to run for 216 yards. TCU is a bad run defense. Oklahoma's giving up under 3 yards a carry, so I think you can kind of bother them on the ground. They're better defensively overall than Texas. And we have to remember, Clip, Spencer Rattler's having a good season. He's second in the country in completion percentage. I think he has 12 touchdowns on the season. 3.5 I think is just too low. I'll just be real. I think I would still venture to say that I think Oklahoma is significantly better on defense. I think they're probably right up there with Texas offensively, and I don't think Robinson's going to be a big factor in this game. I think Oklahoma will completely take him out of the game, and I think you're trying to make the young quarterback beat you. And he showed at times this year, Casey Thompson, that he's not exactly capable of it. We've seen their offensive line break down. We saw it against Arkansas. You look last week, Thompson, 12 for 22, 142 yards, and 1 interception. So he wasn't exactly on point. And that was against a TCU pass defense that really hadn't gotten any stops all year and were without their best cover corner. So, yeah, I'm going to kind of see through this. Look, I'm not laying 7.5 here, but 3.5, I think Oklahoma gets it done like 38-31.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Let's look at some other national games, Jeff. Ole Miss coming off the loss against Alabama on Saturday. Arkansas coming off a shutout to Georgia. So both of these teams trying to get right, and they will try to get right facing off against each other in Oxford, Mississippi. Ole Miss, a 6.5-point favorite, total at 66.5. Does Ole Miss return to their high-scoring ways, Jeff, or does Arkansas return to their upset ways in this one? What do you think about this matchup?
Yeah, I think this will probably be the toughest Alabama, a tough defense. I don't think they're a great defense. This will be another tough ask, obviously, against Arkansas. Arkansas is legit. Good offensive line. Love to run the football. Great defense. I don't know. I like both these teams. I like Arkansas, particularly on the defensive end. Obviously, like Ole Miss on the offensive end. They kind of got slapped in the mouth last week. And, look, that's what you get when you bet against Alabama, Clip. It looks good. They're not going to win by more than 20. This team's solid, and then they just got cracked by 30. I don't know. This is a tough game. Maybe lean under. 66 even seems high. I know Ole Miss's offense is great, but I will say, I don't really put last week in here, but all in all, I think Ole Miss has been pretty good defensively. Arkansas is going to slow it down and run the football. They're a good defense. So this kind of screams to me like 31-27, 34 30 maybe. I think at most. So I'm going to lean under 66. I think it's a bit high.
Speaking of under, a dangerous game to play in college football, but had the under in Georgia and Arkansas last week, and I did not think Georgia would roll up 37, but the good news is it doesn't matter because they shut out the Razorbacks. Georgia taking that defense on the road to Jordan Air coming up on Saturday when they take on Auburn. Auburn, an impressive win at LSU, and road Bo Nix looked pretty good in that one, Jeff, as they pulled that one off. But now Georgia, a 14.5-point favorite, roughly in the total in the 40s in this one. Can Georgia just go and smother another offense like they've done all year when they take on Auburn?
Yeah, of course they can, and I think they will. Auburn is a team that I think really the goal is we need to run the football. And that's kind of what they do. They've got some really capable running backs. I think when you put the ball in the hands of Bo Nix, bad things can happen. So, I think for that's bad news. I think if you're Auburn, Georgia Clip in 5 games has allowed 1 offensive touchdown, and that was late in the game against South Carolina. It was kind of a garbage type of situation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they're that good. This is one of the better defenses I've ever seen at the college football level. I absolutely love a great defense in college football. There's nothing better than it. I don't. I have no interest in betting against that defense. Absolutely none.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, you talked about Iowa last week on the show and how they are overvalued, and I brought up during that conversation how they had kind of some fluky plays, some defensive touchdowns earlier in the year. Didn't they play Maryland Friday night? And is it a fluke if they just keep doing it? Maryland turned the ball over 4 times in the first 20 minutes of that game and just really never had a shot, kept giving away short fields, and Iowa would score touchdowns. And now Iowa is at home against Penn State. Narrow favorite are the Hawkeyes at home. Very low total in this game. They're expecting a defensive battle between the Nittany Lions and Iowa. Will probably come down to who doesn't turn the ball over the most. Any thoughts on this Big Ten matchup on Saturday?
I think it's a tough game. I think 2 teams that obviously have defied expectations. Ultimately, though, for me, I'm just going to lean on the team that I just think is a bit better. They have Jahad Dotson, and that's Penn State. I think defensively they're really, really good. They continue to be terrific at the goal line and inside the 20. I will obviously have the home field advantage, and that's big in the college football realm. You're not getting a real good number on Penn State. I would want like a solid 3 if I was going to get involved. Another very tough game. I think Penn State's just a bit better. I don't think, again, rankings are a joke. I don't think I was the 3rd best team in the country, but you're right. They just keep doing it. So I guess you got to give them respect until you don't have to give them respect anymore. But we saw this with their basketball team. When it matters most, they'll lose, and this is surely the toughest opponent. I'm going to still bet against them. I just don't trust their quarterback. I don't think their offense is very good. I'll take the better offense to me and a defense that's right on par with their opponent.
And we are talking, and I guess it's because I'm going through the top 25, about some really good defenses in college football, and another one to be considered is 5-0 Kentucky. I had a blast watching them play defense against Florida the other night, Jeff, and pull off that win in front of a really pumped up home crowd. Well, the crowd should show up again Saturday night, 7:30, when they take on LSU. And this is a line that you would think 5-0 ranked team at home against an unranked team, you should be favored by more, but it's a line that gives LSU a little bit of credit here. Kentucky by around 3, I'm seeing total around the 50s mark. So can Kentucky win one at home that they're supposed to win? They're good as an underdog, Jeff, but what do you think about them as a favorite in this game against LSU?
I was listening to the radio earlier. I like listening to occasionally some of the shows on ESPNU, and they were talking about this game and how we need to start giving Kentucky some respect. And I was really ready to do it, but I thought what they did Saturday was pretty impressive. I mean, it was at home. They're never great offensively, but they're nails defensively. They always have a good run game. LSU's kind of Jekyll and Hyde to me. They're kind of like the football team that plays professionally in that state. That's one of the most kind of Jekyll and Hyde teams you can find. LSU kind of, I thought, kind of pissed that game away the other night. I don't know if I could say that on your channel.
Yeah, you already did. We're good.
They did. I thought they kind of screwed that away and should have been better. They allowed Auburn Bo Nix to win, which is on the road never happens. So, I'll kind of just keep rocking with Kentucky until they kind of fail me, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe lean under, but Kentucky's been really good. They got a big game on deck, though, and that kind of concerns me a little bit.
Got, Georgia coming up after this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to watch the look ahead there. Jeff, let's those are the top 25 action, and then there's a few more in there, but let's go with what you like this weekend. You tend to go kind of off the beaten path with some of your picks. So who are some of the under the radar teams and games you like this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, one of the teams that I'm going to keep kind of hanging on is Toledo. I really like this team a lot. I think they're really, really good. I've been betting them the last couple weeks, had them against Ball State, had them against UMass. Now they come back this week, Clip, another into their conference card, and they're playing Northern Illinois, who I had ranked pretty low in college football as far as, they came out and had a great start to the season beating Georgia Tech, but they've since followed it up with, some wins against bad football teams. But now you got to go on the road and face the big boys in this conference. The thing I love about Toledo this year is the fact that not only are they really good offensively, but they've been great defensively. 19th in the country in opponent yards per game. They've been really good against the run and the pass. And again, they have two quarterbacks, one of which can switch it up. They bring in this kind of a Michael Vick type of player that come in and move the offense as well. I think 12.5 is still a little low. I'm going to be looking towards taking a shot with Toledo here to take care of Northern Illinois by 2 to 3 touchdowns. Another one I'm going to be keyed in on is Cincinnati. They're laying a big number against Temple University. Temple coming off a win that they should not have had.
Memphis.
You beat Memphis randomly. This is a huge letdown on the road. It's a Friday night. And look, Cincinnati, I think, has blood in the water. They know that to get to the College World Playoff, what do you have to do, Clip? You have to absolutely pound teams into submission. And look, that's what they've done against bad teams. Crush Murray State, crush Miami of Ohio, beat Notre Dame easily. That game wasn't close. The problem that I have with Temple is I know, Clip, they don't have great quarterback play. I know they've kind of moved around a little bit, but I don't trust DeJuan Mathis. You go from playing Memphis to Cincinnati, and what Cincinnati does is they shut down every passing offense they play. I think they have two of the best corners in the country in Ahmad Gardner and Kobe Bryant. I love Cincinnati. It wouldn't be surprising if they shut Temple out.
And Jeff, too, on that point, they are doing that against lesser teams, and they almost have to, right? Like they have to get some style points along the way if they want to keep their number 5, number 4, number 6, whatever they're going to be in the rankings. Does it help them to win 50-6 as opposed to 28-19? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to leave no doubt, and you take care of bad opponents. And for Cincinnati, they're just going to grind you down. They've got a great quarterback. They've got good skill position players, good tight end, a good running back, and their defense is absolutely nails. As I said, wouldn't surprise me if Temple got shut out here. DeJuan Mathis is not good. This screams like 48-10 to me.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Didn't think the theme of our college football chat would be defense today, but a lot of teams are playing it across the land, Jeff, and that's a beautiful thing to see in 2021.
Yeah, that's the thing. I love defense, Clip. I've been enjoying it this year. I'll just continue to say this. Have you watched Rutgers at all, Clip, this year?
Not really. I've kept an eye on their scores, but hadn't really watched them much.
I mean, they're pretty hard to watch in offense. They dropped 61 on Temple. 60.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, earlier, what was that, week 1, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, that's wild. Temple also lost 28-3 to Boston College. You mean to tell me I'll lay 29 here?
Yeah.
I think it's a
big man. Enjoyed the chat. Good luck with your college football weekend. We'll talk more with you on Thursday. We'll go down the NFL slate, and then we'll hook up with you for a few minutes on Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. So a couple more chats with the big man coming up this week. You can follow him on Twitter at JeffNADU. Also, he's dropping some bombs on patreon.com/BMOC if you want some more winners. So check that out too. And Jeff will reconvene later in the week, man.
Thank you, Clip. I look forward to it. Appreciate it.
Thank you. There's Jeff Nadu. We'll talk to him NFL Thursday and Bud Light pregame tailgate, more college football on Saturday. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. Hour 2 on tab. We'll talk to the play-by-play voice of the UCF Knights, Marc Daniels, figure out what went wrong with the Knights against Navy and what they need to do to correct things when they take on East Carolina on Saturday. That's on the way when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols Center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com. Gonna get that? Answer the call from patients who need plasma and receive up to $700 your first month when you donate at a Grifols Center. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
At US Cellular, we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. Right now, you choose any phone and we make it free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or just have the blahs? Maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness on East 10th Street in Greenville offers IV hydration that can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, even fix a hangover. Locally owned and operated, the team at Revive Health and Wellness are experienced and licensed registered nurses that will assist you in preparing for your IV session. Call or text today with questions or to set an appointment with Revive Health and Wellness. 252-350-1805. That's 252-350-1805.
Hello, this is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now's the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage at historically low rates. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
The Rick House, Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar, has great specials throughout the week, like $10 Tuesdays. Get 8 traditional wings and a draft beer for just $10. Wednesday night is date night, 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Friday is smokehouse night with the best ribs and brisket around. Saturday is Italian night, featuring all of our made-from-scratch pastas along with 2 glasses of wine. And on Sunday is the legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Be sure to stop by their office at 801 Staten Road in Greenville, or you can book an appointment online at signsandtint.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. We'll be with you Saturday, 2 o'clock on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, getting you set for East Carolina and UCF. We'll get a night scouting report now as Marc Daniels, play-by-play voice of UCF, joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Marc, appreciate your time. How you doing today?
We're doing really good.
Good to talk with you once again. And Marc, I guess the first question, what happened? What happened to the Knights on Saturday, falling to a Navy team that was really struggling, 34-30? UCF drops that one on the road. Marc, what went wrong for the Knights in that game on Saturday?
Well, you got to go back to the UCF football game against Louisville, where in the course of that game, UCF lost 5 starters, their best running back, their best wide receiver, their best linebacker, their best cornerback, and one of the defensive linemen. And that impacted that football game significantly. And then the final play of the game, UCF lost their quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, for an indefinite period of time. None of those players played in the football game this past week against Navy. That is a factor. Then Navy found their quarterback that had won the job in August, got injured their opening game against Marshall, did not play their last 2 football games. He got back at a healthy week of practice, and they executed the triple option really well. And UCF was playing with a true freshman quarterback that did okay, but it's a totally different offense when you don't have Dylan Gabriel there. And those things kind of add up, and if you don't execute some things on the road, you're going to find yourself in a difficult position. And yet, as UCF did against Louisville the week before, had a chance to win the football game, got the ball to the Navy 12-yard line, and had 4 tries to get the crossover to the end zone, and were not able to convert. So the injuries have, without a doubt, altered UCF's expectations for the season. Not that they can't go out and win a lot of football games. It's just the reality is if you take Dylan Gabriel, just as you took Holt Nailers off the ECU football team, it changes a lot. And UCF is going through that period of adjusting and now doing it with a true freshman quarterback.
Marc, a significant injury to Dylan Gabriel. How about the others that were injured in that Louisville game that did not play against Navy? How healthy or unhealthy is UCF looking for this game coming up against East Carolina?
Isaiah Bowser transferred from Northwestern. He's a great story. He's a 6'2", 225-pound back, had a great freshman year at Northwestern, then got dinged up and got kind of lost the roster there, came to UCF, and he went from being a fourth string guy on the depth chart in spring to earning the starting job, and was just phenomenal for UCF. He was a key factor in the win over Boise State, and then got dinged up in their second game against Bethune-Cookman, and tried to give it a go in the first half against Navy, got leg whipped, tried to come back in the second half, and was not able to do so. His loss with Dylan Gabriel is significant. A big bruising back that can run the football effectively, block for you, pick up the blitz. That's now put for UCF with a former walk-on that's now a scholarship running back and a 5'7", 150-pound more speed-type running back. That's big. I don't know if Isaiah Bowser is going to be back for this football game. I don't know if anybody that has been out for UCF the last 2 football games will be back. It's one of those kind of game-time decision on a few of them. But there won't be all 6 of those guys coming back for UCF. And again, you lose your best wide receiver, running back, quarterback, it changes a lot. So, Gus Malzahn and his staff have had to make some adjustments. And, we always say next man up mentality. Well, there is somebody to play. It's just they don't have the same experience as the guy before. And therefore, you've got to find ways to develop a game plan both offensively and defensively because your opponent doesn't care about your injuries.
Marc Daniels talking about the seriousness of these injuries for UCF, and you just don't expect to look at a UCF box score and see 178 passing yards. Mikey Keene, 16-26, had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception against Navy. I assume, Marc, he's the quarterback going forward for UCF. What kind of QB will ECU be seeing on Saturday?
Well, Mikey's a guy that was very successful in high school, didn't lose his last 2 years out in Arizona, played high level at Chandler High School, and they won a couple of championships. So that was his first loss in 3 years as a quarterback. And Mikey's a guy that is similar in size to both, Mackenzie Milton and Dylan Gabriel. They're a tad around 6 feet, maybe a little bit under, but throws a good ball. And, Mikey played well in the game. He made some good plays in a scaled-down offense. He had a couple of drops that were not his fault. He threw a beautiful pass. CCF was trying to extend their lead at Navy. And a fifth-year senior, Brandon Johnson, who's been great, transfer to Tennessee, makes a catch. He just got hit, fumbled the football. So Mikey did some good things. My guess is each week they'll add a little bit more to make him feel comfortable. But he could throw it. But it's a little bit different version for UCF. They won't take as many shots throwing the ball deep, which UCF did with Dylan Gabriel. They'll try to utilize their speed at wide receiver, utilize their run game a little bit different without having that big bruising back. So like I said, it's a scaled-down version. It's not certainly what Gus had in mind when the year began, but you just got to find a way to utilize what you can. Joey Gatewood's a transfer that came, actually was with Gus at Auburn. He started for Kentucky last year game against Georgia. He transferred here. Joey is used more of a run package at 6'5", 220. I think you'll see him in certain situations as well. But, again, we'll see who they get back. But if those key players are not back, again, it's a much different offense for UCF.
Mark Daniels joining us. Mark, from the ECU side of things, the Pirates had played really 2 good quarters of offense heading into the Tulane game. The fourth quarter at Marshall, where the Pirates had to come back win, and then the second quarter against Charleston Southern, a 24-0 outburst in that quarter. We finally saw it on display for a full game against Tulane, so we're thinking that maybe we got something on offense here at ECU. We'll need it, of course, Saturday against what has been a stout UCF defense. How about with the injured bodies, Mark, and not facing an option offense? How do you expect the Knights to play defensively Saturday against the Pirates?
Well, I think they'll welcome anything but the triple option.
Right.
And knock it all to ECU. And you guys know, sometimes it's the game after you play Navy that you really feel the effects of the blocks that Navy style is. That's been historic since they've been in the Americans. So that's a concern I think UCF has, is how did they come out of that football game? And they played a 5-2-4 defense in that game, and there are some guys that had to come out for a series or two, so we'll see how healthy they are, those that are able to play. But I think UCF feels that from a personnel standpoint, they should be okay for what they want to do. That still doesn't mean that they'll be able to stop what is a much improved ECU offense with a confident quarterback, clearly a very talented running back. We know there's always been talented wide receivers for ECU. Travis Williams is the defensive coordinator for Gus Malzahn. He was his linebacker coach at Auburn. Travis is going to be an outstanding football coach in his career and probably will be a head coach someday. He's had to make significant adjustments also because of those injuries. What ECF's had a little bit of a frustrating time with, they've only got 2 sacks in 4 football games. Now, part of that's been, particularly for Boise, Bethune-Cookman, and Louisville, it was get rid of the ball relatively quickly to limit the ability of having a pass rush. That's been a problem. And what's been a staple of UCF during their run for 4+ years was turning the opponent over. They got a couple fumbles last week on the Navy side of the field. They turned into quick touchdowns. They need more of that. They have to be able to create those havoc plays to shorten the field for an offense that could use a shortened field. So, I don't know after 4 games if you can really say, hey, they're a heavy blitz team. That wouldn't be the case through 4 games. Is that because of this type of offenses that they played? Absolutely. So we'll see what they continue to make adjustments. Of those players injured that have not played the last 2 weeks, they may get a couple of those guys back. We'll just have to see on Saturday.
Mark, UCF will be leaving us here in a few years, heading to the Big 12. And when I talk to you a year from now and preview ECU UCF, I'll ask what effects have you seen from that move to the Big 12. And I don't know if there's been any yet, Mark, outside of just fan excitement and overall excitement on the news that UCF will be going to the Big 12. So what about that, Mark? Is that all you've seen thus far? Excitement? Have you seen any, tangible things from the move to the Big 12 that has helped out UCF thus far?
Well, look, I think initially there's your fan excitement. There's an initial boost that you get, I think, from a donor standpoint. I think you've seen that significantly, selling what the next step is going to be. I think from Gus and his staff, from a recruiting standpoint, I think you've got a better story to tell right now about the conference that you're going to. And whenever that happens, and I think the goal is to try to get all that done by 23. I'm not quite sure. My guess is that that's the target that everybody has in mind. UCF, before the announcement, already announced an expansion of facilities. That now is a process of fundraising, and I think there's a better chance you can get to that quicker than you wanted. So there's some initial benefits that I think UCF is feeling from that. And then as you get into recruiting, as you start, again, fundraising for those facilities, when you start to get an idea about what scheduling and division setup may look like, that reality becomes closer. You and I have talked over the years about, I think respect and at times lack of respect for the American. The American's been a great conference for UCF, and I think the American has been great for ECU, and I think for where the league has been, you and I have talked about, I think, the bias that's been due to P5 versus the upper level G5, that unfortunately is still going to exist in a variety of ways. I hope it doesn't hurt a team like Cincinnati if they're in position to have a magical run. I think they have earned it on the field, but there's still that perception that's out there. I know Mike Oresco's got to think about what he wants to do with the conference and the media deal, and unfortunately sometimes it comes down to TV money, market size, athletic budgets, and not necessarily competition in the field. Look, I was a guy that said for years, the frustrating thing is there was no formula like European soccer to play your way in, relegation and promotion. But the reality is the value of UCF's 41 wins over 4 years is the reason why they're in the Big 12. It's no disrespect to South Florida's a rival. If they had won 41 games and UCF had won, 20 whatever, South Florida's probably in the Big 12. So in some ways, that is the value of what their wins are. But there's so many factors that have come into the business of college athletics the last few years that you can't even predict it.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like a long-term, big picture relegation promotion system, and UCF taking advantage of that, moving off to the Big 12. Marc Daniels joining us. Marc, appreciate your time. Have a great call on Saturday, and we'll talk to you again down the road.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, there is Marc Daniels joining us, play-by-play voice of the UCF Knights. Everything okay in Studio B? Got a few inside jokes going on. Marc Daniels he's a good interview. Not much on the post-interview chatter. Likes to get out of there quick. He's a busy man. He's got things to do.
Not exactly. Yeah, the pleasantries sometimes get left behind.
Yeah.
So
I had told Shirley this is really inside baseball. Although if you listen to the show, you know the history with Marc. So I was telling Shirley right when we end the interview, I want to make sure we hang up first before Marc. And I don't know, he's so quick, he might have got us again today.
Well,
there's always next time.
I hit it as soon as you guys ended it. I hit it.
Chandler was given the get off sign. Cut off. We have fun. When we return, could you for the next interview, could you guys be quiet, please?
Thank you.
Malcolm Gray will.
Thank you.
Malcolm Gray will join us. And I'm going to need you guys to be quiet, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
When we talk to Malcolm, I don't want any funny business over there. Malcolm Gray joins us next to talk some MLB postseason. Talk a little Pirates as well when we return after this.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number one.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an auto owner's independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with auto owner's insurance.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers, and I couldn't do my job without my offensive line keeping me safe. Make sure your employees are safe by using ArcPoint Labs for your medical testing needs. From pre-employment testing to COVID test, ArcPoint Labs is there to serve Eastern North Carolina with accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Schedule an appointment at any of their 6 Eastern North Carolina locations or visiting them online at arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone.
This is Stephen Igoe. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From sales to service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. Shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. If you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, Greenville Auto World has a full service and repair facility, brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and they can repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World across from Speedway at Bell's Fork and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers of Greenville Auto World for their participation in the program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. I've already told our fine folks in Studio B, should be quiet, please.
Be quiet, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is the voice of Malcolm Gray, who joins us on the Fixed NC Live line right now. Hello, Malcolm.
What's up, Chris? How are you, buddy?
We have ran that one into the ground since you said that at a press conference earlier this year. So thank you for making our show better, Malcolm.
Well, I do what I can for everybody, buddy. I spread the love.
Malcolm, great to talk with you, and I guess congratulations. Did you think your Red Sox... Now, I know you're probably disappointed they didn't just go ahead and take care of business and get into the playoffs, but with the way they started the season. But going into the season, did you think that you'd be talking about a postseason team right now?
Not at all. To be honest with you, not at all. I mean, especially after the opening weekend when they got swept by the Orioles, and you're sitting there thinking, oh, man, here we go. Knowing that we weren't going to have Chris Sale, at least till the All-Star break. You didn't really know what the pitching was going to be like or anything like that. And, no, but it was a pleasant surprise. They got hot, right afterwards, jumped out of the gate. I think at one point they had won 21 of 27 games after starting 0-3. So it was a pleasant surprise. They held on and, and they were able to take care of business against the Nats and get in, and they got the home field advantage for tonight.
Yeah, and guess who they get to play? Your old friends there in New York, the New York Yankees. So pitching matchup, Malcolm, you've known Garrett Cole a long time, right, from your days with USA Baseball. Now you get to face off against him tonight, as it'll be Red Sox Yankees 8 o'clock on ESPN. What do you think about the matchup between these two teams, Malcolm, as we head into the game at Fenway?
Well, I think it's going to be fun to watch. It'd be a lot better if maybe the Red Sox were throwing Chris Sale, but Nathan Eovaldi's been really good. I mean, he's actually played for both teams, and what was it, 2018? I think he made 6 appearances out of the bullpen, 6 appearances on the mound coming out of the bullpen, starting, long relief, whatever he needed to do to help the Red Sox in 18. So it's going to be fun to watch, with the news that I guess J.D. Martinez is not going to play because of his ankle. You get a chance to play Kyle Schwarber at first base, and obviously I think he's a little bit better suited for that position. And he's a left-handed hitter with that short porch down in right field, so that could help the Red Sox a little bit. But it's going to be interesting to see. If you look at the positionals and everything, I think the Yankees match up and are probably favored in all the positions more than what the Red Sox are, but it's going to be fun to watch, no doubt about it.
And I heard earlier today somebody was breaking down this game and said, what starter is pitching into the 6th inning? There's your winner. So, what about the bullpens of these teams? If it gets into a bullpen game, how are you going to feel, Malcolm?
Not going to feel really good. I think the Yankees will definitely have the advantage there. Especially with Chapman, but then again, it depends on which Chapman you get. You know what I mean? So the Red Sox have Matt Barnes. I mean, he's okay. He's nothing great, but I think the advantage goes to the Yankees. When you think of everything, especially we got Chad Green, you got Clay Holmes. I mean, you got Chapman, you got Jonathan Loaiza. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. But the Red Sox don't have much. You got Garrett Whitlock. And, pretty much Matt Barnes, and that's it.
Malcolm Gray joining us, Red Sox fans. We'll be excited watching tonight. Malcolm, let's look at the rest of the MLB playoffs. The winner of this game takes on the Rays. And I saw a tweet, Malcolm, that had every level of the Rays organization. Starting at the big leagues, they won the AL East. Every other level, won a championship this year. So not only are they good at the big league level, they have somehow put together a dynamic farm system as well. And we see it every year. They're just up there at the top with sometimes not the biggest names in baseball. So they've done it again. You've got to really appreciate what they've done as an organization, and they're going to be tough for whoever wins this game. Do you give the Red Sox or Yankees a shot to beat the Rays in the playoffs this year?
I really don't. I mean, I'm sitting here looking, I was looking at everything earlier today, and if, I was a betting man type deal, I'd put the money on the Rays. I think the Rays have the best team in the American League, and just what you just said, the reason they were able to win again this year is because they're organizational. They've shown throughout their organization winning at every level, and obviously the early, the younger levels, single A, sometimes double A. It's not about winning championships; it's about developing players. Well, obviously they're doing both, and I don't see anybody beating the Rays. Maybe the Astros, but if it comes to that, I'm pulling for the Rays 100% all the time.
Well, you say maybe the Astros, so do you have Houston winning their series against Chicago, which gets underway Thursday, 4:07 on Fox Sports 1? You like the Astros in that one?
I do, just because of home field. That's it. I mean, other than that, if you take the home field away, I think, the White Sox could beat them. And but with home field, such a big thing. You know, that one extra game, it means a lot. And I really think that it will be Houston, unfortunately, and the Rays, and I will be pulling for the Rays on that one if that happens.
Always interested to see how these teams play, Malcolm, that have not had pressure on them in like 2 or 3 months, right? I mean, the White Sox and Astros pretty much dominated their divisions, especially the White Sox there in the Central. So they've just kind of been coasting. Interested to see how those teams come out on Thursday, finally playing for something when they haven't really had to in a long time.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is this is why you make the trades. This is why you do all the training and, workouts and extra BP, throwing sessions and stuff like that, is because it matters now. And for teams who have been kind of tested, and I say that, could the Yankees or the Red Sox, maybe get by Tampa? There's a shot. I don't see it really happening, but, they've been battling and fighting for something, so they have that edge. But at the same time, they've been doing it for trying to get into the postseason. Are they tired? Are they overexerted? Whereas Tampa is fresh and's got everything set up the way they want.
Malcolm Gray joining us, looking at the National League wildcard game coming up Wednesday night. I still think the favorite in the NL is the Dodgers. I know they're the wild card team. The Giants had a 107-win season and are the top seed in the National League, but I still think it goes through L.A. Now, the Cardinals could really spoil the party, Malcolm, and they have been the hottest team in baseball, of course, over the last month with that incredible winning streak. If they get by the Dodgers, it really opens things up in the National League. I think if the Dodgers win, that series against the Giants obviously is going to be awesome. What do you think about the National League wild card game? Do the Cardinals, with old man Wainwright, have a shot to knock off the Dodgers and stay hot?
Yeah, I think they do. I think this is kind of a toss-up. Obviously not looking past this game, but, coming into the season, I was thinking the Dodgers would be there. I didn't think San Francisco would be there at all. I thought the Braves would be there. I thought the Brewers would be there. But, the Giants did something that no other Giants team's ever done. They won 107 games in a season. I think the last time they won, 106 was their franchise record, was like in 1904 or something like that. But, with the Dodgers, anything can happen. I would assume they're probably going to throw Scherzer. I do not know, but you do have Wainwright on the mound. And what the Cardinals have been able to do this year was just unbelievable. That winning streak of 17, 18 games, what it was, and they won like 23 out of 24 or something like that. Insane. And they got the hot bat right now. They're like walking on cloud nine. They can't lose, but, again, it's playing for something. And, I think the wild card and all this is if the Dodgers can get past St. Louis, how does the Dodgers look matching up with possibly no Kershaw, because he has tightness in his forearm, so that could be a big key as well. But I think this game is going to be fun to watch, and whoever wins between the Cardinals and LA, I'll definitely be pulling for them against the Giants, because I am not a Giants fan at all.
Malcolm, the Brewers won 95 games during the regular season. They will host the Braves. I said this earlier in the show that with Acuna hurt and Soroka and all the injuries the Braves went through, I was kind of, I was following them. I was glad that they won and eventually won the East, but I wasn't really excited for the postseason. But I've kind of talked myself into thinking the Braves can make a little run here. Their lineup, I think, is better than Milwaukee's. If it comes down to pitching, you might say advantage Brewers, but I give the Braves a fighting shot against the Brewers. How about you?
I absolutely do as well. I think, the way Riley's been playing for the Braves has been unbelievable. And then you've got old Mr. Cool, Calm, and Collective at first base, and Freddie Freeman. And you're probably going to hate me for saying this, but I agree with you. I like.
Hey, look, you're off the hook, Malcolm, because you picked the Braves preseason. I said that. Well, there's the kiss of death, but you're right. They won the division, so you're off the hook. You can say whatever you want now.
Okay, well then I like the Braves.
No, don't say that. No, I'm glad to hear you say that, Malcolm. You know your stuff. So, no, I think they can hang with them. And again, if the Cardinals beat the Dodgers, I'm just scared of the Dodgers. I'll go ahead and say it. I'm not really that afraid of these other teams in the NL. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, no doubt. And the key again, another key for the Dodgers is having a healthy lineup. You also have Trey Turner. I mean, the guy's been playing unbelievable this year. Mookie Betts, who's one of my all-time favorites. He's kind of been in and out, with injuries this year. How healthy is he going to be? I'm not sure if Bellinger is even still playing. I hadn't heard much about him lately, so I'm not sure. That'd be a Brian Meador question because he's a big Dodgers fan. But you're right. That could be fun, and it could be scary. The Dodgers could be scary, and again, they're the defending champs. So let's see what happens.
Malcolm Gray joining us for Pirate fans tuning in. Malcolm, when do we get some ECU fall baseball going? Any dates we need to know about coming up?
They've already started. They started fall practice last week, so they scrimmage every weekend. At home. You need to tune into the ECU baseball Twitter account, which is ECU Pirates BSB. They do have, I think, the Purple Gold is, I want to say, around the November 7th weekend, and then which will also meet the Pirates will be that Sunday afterwards.
Okay.
And then they do have 2 fall scrimmages, one versus Liberty, I think, on the 24th of October here in Greenville, and then on October 30th in Virginia. So those are some dates that Pirate fans need to be watching out for, so they can go out and try to get a good glimpse of what the 2022 team could be like.
Awesome. Good info. We'll looking forward to talking to Malcolm Gray at the turn of the calendar and getting some ECU baseball talk going. And Malcolm, exciting time to talk a little Pirate football, too, with the 3-game win streak. We hadn't seen this in a long, long time. So I know a lot of Pirate fans were just ready to move on to Cliff Godwin and ECU baseball, but this winning streak has a lot of Pirate fans buying back into this team. It's some exciting stuff.
It is. It's been a lot of fun watching these guys play the last couple of weeks, and obviously the Marshall game. I was there, and I happened to be on the field when they scored to win the game, and then Jaquan McMillan, who's been playing out of his mind, making that catch to secure the win, and I just think they put a total dominant effort in against the Tulane team that was pretty good, and so, yeah, it's a lot of fun. The guys are having fun, which is what it's all about. When you're not having fun, crazy things can happen, but they're having fun. They trust one another. They're playing good football right now, and let's just see if we can try to get 4 in a row and go into the break, the off week with a 4-2 record.
No doubt. Malcolm Gray joining us. Malcolm, good luck to your Bo Sox tonight. We will talk to you again soon, and thank you to Chandler and Shirley for being quiet, please. Thank you.
Can you be quiet, please?
Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Had to hit you with that one more time. Thank you, Malcolm. See you, buddy.
All right, buddy. Take care.
There is Malcolm Gray joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Red Sox Yankees tonight, 8 o'clock on ESPN. Shirley, what's your prediction?
I predict it's a party in Fenway.
A party in Fenway?
Yeah.
All right.
I am predicting
I would love to see it.
The Yankees will be sent home, and they have to sit for another year while we enjoy the win of a wild card and go into the postseason, baby.
All right. Shirley Rhodes has made the call. Stephen Igoe with a slight head shake.
Of course, he's going to be completely opposite of what I have to say.
He don't even know anything about baseball. The Mariners lost. He's out of it. He's moved on to other things.
I've been there, done that.
So coming up tonight, looking forward to it. Should be fun. Take a time out, come back. Stephen Igoe joins us. We'll make some picks. We'll talk Pirates and more after these words.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in vehicle wraps, paint protection film, and more. They can even do building signs for your business. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
Hey y'all, it's October, which means it's time to get ready for Halloween. This is Lisa with Halloween Express, Greenville's locally owned Halloween superstore for 23 years. The Halloween fun is back, and we have everything you need to make it one to remember. From kids to adults, we've got you covered. We have the largest selection of masks in Greenville, plus every other costume you can think of. Come visit our new location in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville on Greenville Boulevard, open 7 days a week. Halloween Express, what are you going to be?
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in ENC. Open 7 days a week. Plus, the Buck has live music every night, along with football. The Buck has a brand new 15-foot 4K screen, the only one in Greenville, and over 18 big screens with all your college and pro action. Sunday Fun Day will also be stocked with the biggest Bloody Mary and Mimosa bar, along with the NFL Sunday Ticket and food trucks out back. Check out the Buccaneer Music Hall. Open every day, noon until 2 a.m., with live music every night, and now football and food trucks during the day.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage, and agents. There for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout? Not even in our vocabulary.
Pirate fans, call Carlton Venters or Brandon Manning at 756-3007.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Hey Pirate fans, your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials is Shimmer Boutique. Need some purple and gold to wear? Shimmer has a great selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Need some shoes? Shimmer has the best selection of Hey Dudes around. Need a cooler for tailgating? Shimmer has you covered with a huge selection of Yeti and outdoor accessories. Shimmer, just 1 minute from the stadium on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville and Jacksonville. Find us online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
Discount Mattress and Furniture, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Everything must go up to 75% off. Air conditioners, $199. Refrigerators, $199. Dryers, $199. Queen mattresses, $199. ECU purple chairs, $99. Everything must go up to 75% off. Discount Mattress and Furniture, by the railroad track, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Winning is not everything, it's the only thing.
ASAP Party and Tent Rentals is your one-stop shop for weddings, anniversaries, corporate events, family reunions, birthday parties, or any celebration with friends and family. ASAP Party and Tent Rentals has the widest selection of tents, tables, chairs, linens, china, concession equipment, bounce rides, games, staging, wedding equipment, dance floors, and so much more. At ASAP Party and Tent Rentals, we help people get together. Call today at 756-7903. ASAP Party and Tent Rentals, locally owned and operated on Diamond Drive in Greenville near Agri Supply and Equipment Plus.
Pirate Radio is the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on a Tuesday edition of PRL. Nice little horn solo here. It's pretty good. Man. Good stuff. I mean, this is like actually good music here.
If you ever go to an NFL game, there's like these little like street bands that are playing with trumpets and stuff. This is what it sounds like.
Sounds like you're right outside the Superdome in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Really good stuff. Igoe. How you like
it? Brings me back to some Pirate Talk days with B-Pace, where he would just let it run. He would play like a song per episode.
Pirate Talk with B-Pace, Sports Beat with B-Pace. Here from B-Pays on the fifth quarter. Igoe, it was a fun fifth quarter on Saturday night as the Pirates knocked off Tulane. Kudos to you. You got a good point. And I heard this on a promo that, or actually it might have been when I was rewatching our picks from last week because I couldn't find the sheet. But you said for whatever reason, East Carolina, for them to play well, needs to have adversity. They have to either play poorly the previous week, they have to be slighted, they have to be called an underdog. You know, that for whatever reason, East Carolina needs that motivation. You said you saw it coming and turning into a win against Tulane. So kudos to you for that because you were all over it, because that was the most complete performance we've seen not only this year, but maybe in the Mike Houston era. He even said it today at his press conference. That's the team, that's the performance he wants to see week in, week out. And it was fun to watch.
Yeah, you know, I expected them to play well. I don't know if I expected them ever to play that well. I mean, I thought Tulane would have come in desperate, and maybe they did, but ECU just punched them in the mouth so many times. I mean, I just don't remember that many big hits by the defense or special teams since the Skip Holtz days. I mean, they were just absolutely laying the wood, and they were all clean shots to the chest, to the abdomen. I mean, they legitimately knocked out 3 or 4 Tulane players like from the game. Granted, they came back. I think they just got the wind knocked out of them, but they set the tone early in all phases, offensive line, offensively. The special teams, Mooney, Ramsour, Taji Hudson had a nice tackle. I mean, they were getting the ball to the 15-yard line, and eventually Tulane was just like, all right, let's just start calling for a fair catch because this is not going well. And I think they just set the tone throughout the entire game. The defense was laying the wood. Stringer, Saba, Jaquan McMillan, all 175 pounds of them, just crushing folks. So it really was a complete performance. I mean, you hold any AAC offense, especially Tulane, to less than 30 points this day and age. I think you're going to take that a lot. And you score 50+. And the crazy thing is they could have had 60 if they really would have executed for the entire game.
It was great to see. And the run game, Keaton Mitchell, you know, and Rajee Harris gets overlooked, had 70 tough yards, physical yards, and he got into the end zone. Also, the coming out party for Ryan Jones. I asked a lot of the players yesterday on the Players Lounge about him. They said he's been working hard in practice, and it was great to see him finally have a bit of a breakout game. Our tight end receptions number going into the year, that's already hit the over, right?
Yeah.
We're well over 15.
I think your bold prediction was quite the fail.
Oh, okay. You let it go. How are your bold predictions looking?
They're looking pretty good, honestly, outside of a few. I mean, we're well on our way. I think we just need a Tyler Snead punt return. I got Jaquan McMillan leading the AAC in interceptions. That's looking pretty good.
All right, fine. You know your stuff, even your bold stuff that you admit are just guesses that you're throwing against the wall.
I mean, they're educated guesses / hopeful prognostications. But here's the thing. I mean, I said the Charleston Southern game, I just think people were overreacting to it. Yeah, it looked ugly, but it was all about the Tulane game. Like, if they won the Tulane game, people are going to forget about Charleston Southern. Like, who's even thinking about how they won the Charleston Southern game?
Nobody. Now? You're right.
Yeah. So it's like you beat Tulane. That was the most important game. So the fact that they were able to get the win versus Charleston Southern in the fashion they did may have been the best thing that happened to the team. Now it becomes, with each win, each game becomes bigger.
Exactly.
Can you find a way to take that type of success, do it week in and week out, and do it on the road against a team that, since entering the American, has really dominated you?
I've talked to Jeff Nadu and Marc Daniels today. Jeff Nadu, and I'm nervous about this, but he says UCF stinks. Then I talked to Marc Daniels, and he said why they stink, or at least why they stunk last week.
Banged up.
They are super depleted. And Marc Daniels didn't sound confident, Igoe, about a lot of those injured guys returning for ECU.
How'd y'all's off-the-record conversation go?
We tried. I think he hung up on us before we could hang up on him.
Okay.
So it was, again, he probably won. But before they leave for the Big 12 and we stop talking to Marc Daniels altogether, I'm going to hit him with a hang-up.
We'll talk about it off the air.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, no, they truly are banged up.
Should we get our hopes up for this game as Pirate faithful?
Even if they're banged up, to me, UCF across the board has more talent. The thing you do like in this game is you have the experienced quarterback, but I think ECU's advantage in this game in some respects are canceled out by being on the road and by being in a place that they don't lose a lot. I don't know their record at home over the past handful of years, but I would venture to say it's very good, especially in conference play. It's a tough place to play. I think ECU will go down there and compete and really give them all they can handle, but closing them out on their home field is another deal. We saw Cam Good basically guarantee a win for the home fans.
Again, that's a nothing burger.
I mean, when you drop the word guarantee, it turns into a something burger.
To who?
To me.
Why?
He guaranteed a win over ECU.
So what happens if they lose?
He has to come in butt naked.
I mean, no, exactly. Nothing happens. I'm just saying, like...
It makes for a cool soundbite after the game when I
guess. Yeah.
Some ECU player about, hey, this guy guaranteed a win. I mean, really, it's not a big deal, but it's something. It's something else ECU can use. And you know what's the best ECU is, Clip?
A hungry...
The motivated ECU is the best ECU.
I know. That's your line, and that's a good line.
I mean, you can spin it all you want if you're ECU when you get the guarantee word. And the reality is once the ball is kicked off and guys are crushing each other on the first and second play of the game, nobody remembers that. It's more about execution, how you perform on the field.
Now, so he's a defensive tackle?
Defensive tackle, yeah.
Who's blocking him on the interior?
Fernando Fry, Avery Jones.
So, like, after every play, Fry's pancaking him, and it's like, guarantee? Like, then it becomes something.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's going to be the case.
I mean, no, it's not a huge deal, but people on Twitter are eating it up.
Yeah.
So
that's good for that, I guess.
It is what it is. I mean, it gives us something to talk about on Tuesday of game week.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's better than when ECU's playing Charleston Southern.
I just hope, like, none of the ECU players guarantee a win coming off of that.
Oh, they're
you guarantee a win? I guarantee a win.
That would be super lame. I think they've been educated not to respond to that publicly.
I think at this point, saying I guarantee something and having no stakes behind it is lame. I mean, that's
kind of like what was the point of the statement?
It's the most pointless word in sports when guys do that.
Scotty Montgomery guaranteed a bowl game one time.
Exactly.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do. And it was a nothing burger. Like, why do that?
He did get fired.
Yeah, but that was not part of the contract. They didn't write that into the contract. It was because he had sucked for 2 previous years along with that year.
Either way, back to the original point, how fun is it that we're talking about this being a meaningful game?
Very fun. Can you not tell I'm having fun?
I'm about to leave right now. ECU is going to UCF, Clip.
Yep.
Do they have a shot to win this game?
They're flying or busting?
I think they're flying. If they're busting Orlando, then something's wrong.
All right, you just said they're going there. I just wanted to know how they were getting there.
They're busing to the airport, and then they're flying.
Okay.
And if they win this game...
Then
what? We're having conversations about conference championships and...
Yeah, it was already dropped on the 5th quarter by Kyle LaGrange.
I mean, we'll see. We'll just see. But my I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to expect. I'm picking UCF to win this game, and I'm picking UCF to cover because I feel like this is going to be a challenge for ECU. UCF's they're coming off 2 straight losses on the road. They're coming back home. They're going to be motivated. Part of me does wonder if this Gus Malzahn thing.
Yeah.
We talked about it like it's either going to be really good or really bad.
I thought it would be good.
It would not shock me at all if if things just completely go off the rails and like ECU goes out there and wins by 3 touchdowns.
They just lost to Navy, who couldn't get a first down.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, they're starting a true freshman quarterback. Like, that's a complete unknown. The guy could be extremely overwhelmed, or he could be very confident against the blitz and eat ECU up. So, like, there's so many unknowns in this game.
I tell you who they could use right now, Mackenzie Milton.
They could use Mackenzie Milton. And so that's the toughest thing about managing the quarterbacks, man. You need more than one times than not, but it's tough to get more than one.
Steve and Igoe here. We'll take a timeout, come back. We got to make some college football picks. I need to have a discussion with Igoe Do you want to do the ECU basketball game-by-game predictions today or save it for the bye week? I'm leaning towards save it for the bye week.
I think we'll save it for the bye. I think we got enough to discuss.
Yeah, we got more to discuss with Igoe. When we return, hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live, our ECU Bud Light report rolls on after this.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols Center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com. Gonna get that? Answer the call from patients who need plasma and receive up to $700 your first month when you donate at a Grifols Center. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
When your family gathers around a shakaroni from Papa John's, you're sharing more than extra cheese and pepperoni. You're sharing scholarships, meals, and laughter. Because $1 from every shakaroni goes to charity. That's pizza with a purpose.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Shakaroni Pizza is back, and only for $13. Plus $1 from every purchase goes to charity. The Shakaroni is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hey, this is Troy D, proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Are you suffering from anxiety, sleep issues, or chronic pain? Have you heard of CBD? You can learn about the benefits of CBD right here in Greenville at the Hemp Garden. Hemp Garden offers a variety of products and solutions that are truly making a difference in our community. Hemp Garden also provides products that can assist with energy and focus. Have a pet? Come check out their selection of CBD pet products. Visit Hemp Garden to speak with a CBD specialist in a relaxed and welcoming environment today. Exclusive discounts are offered to first-time customers. Hemp Garden, located at 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients. Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road across from Plant and See, Cuccinellas.com, and on Facebook and Instagram.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. And if you have a dream of a backyard patio fireplace or a pool walkway, a fire pit, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call at 364-1201. Or you can stop by the Carolina Hardscapes outdoor showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live, Hour 3. Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors. Russell tuning in at Smith69Rusty on Twitter. Says ECU is currently 41-1 to win the American. Cincinnati's minus 385. If I had a boat ton of money, I would just load up on Cincinnati. That seems very low to me. Only minus 385. So
yeah, that seems too easy. I mean, I don't trust.
Smooth? Do they play in the regular season?
Yeah, they do. They play at Cincinnati. I think the second to last game, or I think it's. I can't remember. It might be right before the ECU game, but I expect Cincinnati to just hammer SMU. I mean, they went to SMU and hammered them last year.
Do you think Cincinnati plays a one-score game this year in league play?
Yeah, against East Carolina
Pirates, the East.
I mean, their schedule.
University of East Carolina Pirates.
You know, at Navy, at Tulane, back to back is trickier, I think, than people might think.
What people?
Your average college football fan who thinks that going to Navy and Tulane back to back is not tricky.
I don't know. I just wonder what people you're talking about, like non-VIP people.
Yeah, like
non-VIP people.
NIP people.
Is UCF tricky anymore?
I mean, Dylan Gabriel, there's no way he's back for that game, right? That's only a week away.
He had a what was his injury? It
broken
sounds bad.
Collarbone.
Clavicle.
Yeah.
Clavicle sounds bad.
I don't know if it's clavicle or collarbone.
I'm pretty sure it's clavicle. I don't know. I don't like the sound of a clavicle injury.
It is clavicle.
Yeah. Okay. That just sounds bad. So yeah, he's out extended. At Navy, I don't know. Cincinnati's defense is so good.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have really just stymied Navy when they've played.
Tulsa, no. At South Florida, no. It's going to come down to smooth.
Dude, Vegas loves some Tulsa. Did you see they were favored again this week over Memphis by like 6 to open?
Weird. Very
and
weird.
They just lost to Houston like 42-3. They were favored against Houston. What's going on? What is Tulsa's odds to win?
Are they only
American?
Looking at like last year?
I don't know.
They forgot to update their numbers. What do you think about Houston? And this is not. Oh, this is on our sheet. I'll get your thoughts on that in a moment. Another AAC game that I want to ask you about. All right, but Pirates UCF. UCF's banged up. Igoe says that UCF will still win the game, but I got to tell you, the closer we get to Saturday, this is going to be one of those games where I'm going to build it up by Saturday at 5:55 that East Carolina can go in there and win this game. I got that feeling.
I mean, I definitely think they can go in there and win. It's just,
which I didn't think this time last week. I'll go ahead and tell you that.
Yeah, I have to see it to believe. Like, to me, if UCF was coming to ECU, I would almost pick an ECU win, but I just think it's a completely different scenario going to UCF with them coming off 2 straight losses, including a bad loss. I just think it's.
They're 2-0 at home, 0-2 on the road.
It's not a great spot for ECU to travel to UCF other than the injuries. So, you know, they're really going to have to play well in all phases. And UCF is very talented still. I mean, they lost some pieces to the draft. Their defense has not been great this year, but their front four is still very good. So it's going to be a game where ECU has to execute at a high level, and they can't lose the turnover battle.
Should we schedule a midweek game with like Elon, maybe beat them by 7 points, just to get everybody pissed off again? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, I wonder if North Carolina Central or you know, maybe Charleston Southern's up for a rematch. Although I said last week if they played again, that ECU would win by like 30.
We are on Facebook Live. I didn't realize that. We have a lot of messages, so I don't know.
What did you think we weren't streaming today?
Facebook has been an issue, and it looks like we got that figured out. Okay, I called it a nothing burger. Mike said, you said it could be a something burger. Mike says, the dude who gave us a something burger is being blocked by a guy named Fry. That's just an interesting coincidence. Thank you for that, Mike. Steve says, what is a boat ton? That is a large amount of something. Brennan says, what is a clavicle?
This thing, right? Is your clavicle?
You just give me the finger?
This thing.
Stop.
We are live.
Hey, Eli, chill out. What is a clavicle? Let's see what Google says.
Collarbone?
It's the same thing.
A clavicle fracture is a break in the collarbone, one of the bones in the shoulder. You were exactly right. Good call, Igoe.
Right here. Things are getting weird.
Hey, y'all are doing good over there, by the way,
thanks,
too. Yeah.
I think I'm about to leave.
You're heading right over there?
Hey, the door's that way.
All right. ECU, UCF, anything else we missed on that?
Just very interested to see what the status is. You know, we've talked about Gabriel, but the Bowser kid, the running back.
Can we go into Bowser's castle and pick up the win, get the princess?
Bowser.
Who's your go-to on Mario Kart?
Yoshi.
Good call. Good call.
Anyways, back to Bowser. He's a really good running back, physical. When he is not, what?
Well, it's good, huh? Little addition to the got our picks.
Okay, I like that a lot. That's really good.
Chandler putting in a little extra work. Good work, buddy.
He had to include
All
himself
right,
in the
y'all
corner.
have fun. I'm out of here. Hey, I'm leaving.
Long day.
I'm going out the door.
All right, see you. Buddy.
Wow, look at that record for both.
All right, we'll get to that in a minute. Talk about Bowser.
Bowser's a difference maker at running back, Northwestern transfer. Jalen Robinson, he burned ECU last year, Oklahoma transfer. He missed the last game too. It sounds like it's unlikely both those players will be good to go by Saturday. Your buddy Marc Daniels actually was on a show last night in Orlando, said it sounds like they can miss a few more weeks. So we'll see what their status is. I mean, they're two playmakers. Interesting thing about UCF, Brandon Johnson, Tennessee transfer, and Caden Robinson, JUCO wide receiver. Both wide receivers could start Saturday. Both of them had ECU and UCF basically as their final two schools.
Heard Houston talking about them earlier, right?
Yep, today. And chose the Knights.
I don't remember anything about this game from last year other than it was the opener in front of no crowd, and UCF had a ton of false start penalties to start the game.
That's right, yeah.
Was it like 3 or 4? It was more than 2, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it was like 5. And it was 1st and 25, and they still got a first down.
Looks like the second quarter doomed the Pirates. It was 10-7 going into the second quarter, and UCF outscored the Pirates 17-0.
It was a competitive game till right before halftime, and they gave up a few explosive plays. There were a few busts, and Gabriel's so good. That offense is so good. They got warp speed. They could just score so quickly.
All right. Well, you want to get to the picks?
Absolutely. That's why I'm here.
All right. Well, let's do that right now. ECU is a 10-point underdog against Central Florida. Igoe, you have already stated, now this was in the 4 o'clock hour. Maybe things have changed since then. That, oh, by the way, I should say, last week I sucked. I went 1-4. You went 3-2 to run our records too. Steven in the lead, 15-9-1. I am 13-11-1.
Both above 500. I mean, we're both going bowling.
I'll take it. Pirates, 10-point dogs. Are you taking the Knights?
I am taking UCF. I think this will be like a one-score game for most of the game, and then UCF scores late to pull away, win by 10-14. So I'll take UCF to cover. Though I do think the more we get closer to kickoff, the more I'm going to want to pick ECU, because I feel like if they can find a way to replicate most of last week and UCF still has these injuries, they can go in there and win the game. It's just a matter of, can they play that good consistently? I have to see it before I can pick it.
What if we get that defense playing against this inexperienced quarterback?
I mean, if you do that,
pick them off. I mean,
it can happen easily.
Here's my issue. I suck at picking ECU games this year. I am 1-4 against the spread. I won by basically I won by a lot of points. I had ECU beating Charleston Southern by 24, and since the line was 25, I took Charleston Southern. So I got lucky on that one. So I'm not good at picking these ECU games this year. But I want to take ECU in this game.
Just go with your gut, man. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, but all right, I'll take the Pirates plus 10. I don't know. Mike says Igloo says all their good players are out. There's still more talented than ECU. Sounds like he's saying their second string is better than our best player. Sounds like a big time something burger. So now,
no.
Even Igloo.
Well, having 4 players out does not equate to an entire football team.
Okay.
Like I'm saying, their lines and their secondary linebackers, they can all run. And like I said, Brandon Johnson, Katie Robinson, your 2, and O'Keefe is a really good receiver. Their receivers basically ECU wanted. They went to UCF. And so, like, in my opinion, ECU did not get their top receiving targets as far as transfers this offseason because they went to UCF. So, UCF has been out-recruiting ECU since entering the American, basically. And so they're going to have more talented players probably more times than not. Now, that doesn't mean ECU in its scheme and with its experience, and especially experienced quarterback, can't outplay UCF. It's just going to take a high level of execution. But, I mean, certainly not having Gabriel, not having Bowser and Robinson potentially could help even things up quite a bit.
You said something really interesting there, Igoe. They have a guy named O'Keefe, right?
Yep.
I had a buddy growing up, Brian O'Keefe. His parents were from Massachusetts. Moved down here to North Carolina. Big Red Sox fan. I think I'm taking the Red Sox tonight. I have nothing to add to what you said about the ECU UCF game. It's all about the O'Keefe factor in this Boston game tonight.
That's good to know. All
right.
Glad I could help you.
Thank you. Oklahoma, Texas, Red River shootout. Can't say shootout. Just said it. I might get canceled. Oklahoma minus 3.5. Oklahoma. I want to take Texas in this game because Oklahoma they play tight games. They've done it all year. They tried to pull away from K-State last week, only won by 6, I think. But it's only 3.5. I'm still taking Texas. You know what? A wise man told me about 4 minutes ago to just trust my gut. I'm taking Texas.
I think this is the week it all comes together and Oklahoma wins by double digits.
I hear you, and it might be. The problem is I've been thinking that for about 4 weeks now, and it hasn't. But maybe this is it.
Sooners.
All right. I'll take the Longhorns. Iowa is home.
Iowa
is home against Penn State.
You know where Slipknot is from? Iowa.
Really? That don't make any sense at all. Matt says, put that Igloo comment up in the locker room.
Rajay Harris is a big Slipknot fan.
Yeah, I saw his shirt.
We didn't get a chance.
Still waiting on the answer.
Oh, Mike says Igloo's going to pull a hammy with all that backpedaling. Mike's just got it out for you today.
Coming after me, man. Yeah. Come on, Mike.
He's got. Kenny says ECU 41-28. He says start believing. This team is good. Kenny,
what did he pick?
41-28 Pirates. I'd love to believe.
I tell you what, if that happened, man, I'm just going to stay in Orlando and party for a while.
How long?
Through the bye week.
Who's you need me to look after Erica and Slater?
Yeah, please. It's me and Zach Maskowitz are just going to be down there tearing it up.
Oh, you catching up with Zach this time?
Yeah, I texted him.
Oh man, I'm gonna.
Well, I want to. He said he wants to get beers Friday night after he gets off work. But like my bedtime right now is like 9 o'clock,
and he gets off work at midnight.
Yeah, probably so. So I might have to just like go to bed at 9 and meet him at like 3 a.m. somewhere.
6 o'clock kickoff, so you'll have time to get that out of your system
before the game.
All right, Iowa 2-point favorites against Penn State. Did you watch any of Iowa and Maryland the other night?
I'm going to say no.
Maryland had 4 turnovers in the first 20 minutes. They were on pace 1 point for like 16 turnovers. And that is what Iowa does. I had a conversation with Bailey. This is unrelated to this, but it's about flukes. If Taylor Heineke keeps having these weird, miraculous touchdowns, fluke touchdowns, but he keeps doing it all the time. Is it a fluke or is it just what he does? If Iowa's not really that great offensively, but they keep turning teams over 4 or 5 times a week, getting pick sixes, scoring on defense, are those fluky touchdowns or is that what they do? I don't know.
This is in Iowa, right?
Well, it's in Iowa.
Slipknot, are they performing at halftime?
Slipknot could or could not be. That is a great question. Let's say they are. Who would you pick?
Oh, I'd pick Iowa.
Let's say they're not. Who would you pick?
Now, the Iowa State Fair, Slipknot plays there every year, and it's just a madhouse.
That is such a weird thing. Like, because they do the whole mask, paint, weird stuff.
There were 3 Marshall fans at the ECU Marshall game rocking Slipknot costumes, which is pretty funny.
I feel like this is the O'Keefe story I told, where I jumped on the Red Sox tonight. You got to go with Iowa.
I'm going with Iowa all the way, and honestly, I think they win by 10.
Honestly, I think they should be your secondary team at this point.
I think they might be, actually. Okay. They're extremely boring. Outside of Dallas Clark.
And all their other tight ends. Did Noah Fant go there?
He did.
They had 2 tight ends drafted in the first round.
Hawkinson.
Who was the other one along with
TJ Hawkinson?
But were they drafted the same year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there it is. But who was the other guy?
Noah Fant.
I'm just kidding.
TJ Hawkinson.
You know what the total is in this game? This is a college football game in 2021.
47.
40 and a half.
40 and a half?
Yes.
Man.
For a college football game.
So they're expecting like 21 and 19.
Yeah. Penn State. I'm taking Penn State.
What is by the way, the winner of this game, what does their future schedule look like? Like what are the playoff chances for Iowa if they win this game?
They still got nobody. Good grief.
At Wisconsin?
You know what? If you could bet on Iowa to make the playoff, now might be the time to do it. They still would have to beat Ohio State likely in the championship.
At Wisconsin is really their only test. I guess
Wisconsin's look bad.
But I mean, even Northwestern and Nebraska on the road.
Nebraska, who I think is that on the sheet? They might beat Michigan this week.
We better not be picking a Nebraska game.
But look, Purdue, Northwestern, Minnesota, Illinois. Iowa this is a huge game for them.
Tony Peterson's offense, though, I mean,
you know what?
That could create some problems.
Let's see what Penn State's got.
His offense really gets going late in the season.
Penn State has at Ohio State, at Maryland, could be tricky, at Michigan State. Penn and Michigan at home. Penn State's got a brutal schedule. Yeah. Iowa has nothing. I'm taking Penn State, though, to ruin Iowa's chances at a special season.
Are we on all opposite sides right now?
Yes. Here's the one I was going to ask you about earlier. What do you think about Houston only being a 6-point favorite at Tulane? I'll tell you what I think. I like Tulane to win the game.
I like Tulane to win the game as well.
Really?
I'm not sold on the Houston hype. I watched that game, and they look good, don't get me wrong. And I think they're a top half of the American team, but, man, Tulsa, that was one of the worst played games. I don't know if they're that bad or they just had a terrible night, but they were, like, fumbling the snap, throwing balls in the dirt, dropping balls, just doing all sorts of stupid stuff, busted coverages, weak tackling. It was a pathetic display. So I'm going Tulane.
Okay. You're saying Houston might not be that good.
Yes.
And I'm taking Tulane as well. They didn't look very good last week. Michigan. Oh, we are picking Michigan, Nebraska. Sorry. All right, I'm taking
I don't care about this game. We're picking how many Big Ten games?
Yeah, I know. You know why I did that? I wanted to get away from the SEC. Like, Kentucky plays LSU, Georgia, Auburn. But we did so many SEC, I wanted to get away from it. I did not mean to pick 2 Big Ten games. My apologies.
I'd rather pick like a Conference USA game.
All right, you know what? Let's do it right now. I'm going to find the best Conference USA game.
Because I'll be honest, I've not watched Michigan, and I would have picked Nebraska because I hate overrated teams, and you know what is an overrated team every year? Michigan.
Ooh, this is actually a good game. UTSA at Western Kentucky.
Is it?
Yeah, UTSA is good. Western Kentucky has that Zap guy.
Who the heck is Zap? And West Kentucky's 1-3.
I know, but they're the best 1-3 team in the country, Igoe. Look who they played. They lost to Army in a great game. They lost to Indiana by 2, and they lost at Michigan State. Okay, we'll pick a different game. How about you pick the damn game? I come in here, do all this work during the day. You sit at home and do a VIP chat and act like you worked hard, and then come in here and complain. So what game do you want to pick?
UTEP and Southern Miss.
All right. I will tell you. So UTEP's a 2-point favorite. UTEP -2, Southern Miss. All right, let's talk about this game as if it were the Conference USA days. You knew a lot about UTEP because that was your team on the Dynasty.
They haven't been this good since like the early Mike Price days.
So Austin Davis for Southern Miss is going to be a problem.
Trevor Vidito back for his 18th year at UTEP.
Look, I like Mike Price as a coach, Igoe, but he's not a team I think can go on the road to play Jeff Bauer at the Rock and win this game.
Right.
So I'm taking Southern Miss plus the points.
El Paso to Hattiesburg, not an easy trip.
Nightmare trip.
You want to talk about two nightmare places to play, the Sun Bowl and the Rock.
Yeah.
And this one's at the Rock. I'm taking Southern Miss all day.
All day. We smell what the Rock is cooking. You know what? I'm glad we added that game. We should do one nostalgia game.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And only break it down as if it were happening 10, 15 years ago. I love this.
I'm really going to try and watch some of this game or at least follow it.
It's on the 3.
Not even on the plus.
It's on the trace. So let's take a timeout. We'll come back. One more segment to go with Steve and Igoe, Hoist the Colors, when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 GMC Sierra 1500. Save up to $3,000 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Amanda Houston, and when it came time to make the game-winning play for relaxation at our house, I made the right call to Jamie Lang and Carolina Hardscapes. Jamie and his team built the backyard oasis of our dreams with a beautiful custom paver patio, outdoor lighting, and fireplace. Make your backyard incredible and call Carolina Hardscapes today at 364-1201 or visit their showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Suck. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at CarolinaQualityAir.com.
Another awesome dining experience is coming soon to Uptown Greenville. The Sidebar, a Tex-Mex fusion restaurant, will offer lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch. Located at 707 Dickinson Avenue, right beside the DAP House, the Sidebar will have indoor dining and patio seating for everyone to enjoy. For the latest information on the grand opening, menu items, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
This is Marc Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Marc Washington, 902-4877.
Pirate Radio.
So you believe in pirates? Pirates aren't Santa. They did exist, they did have treasures, and they did bury it. You know, I had an eye patch when I was 6. Who didn't, my friend? Who didn't?
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sun Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. At Angel Oak, they continue to make customer service a #1 priority. A local mortgage advisor is the key to your transaction success. The combination of their local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products, from standard, conventional, government, and portfolio loans, has something for every financial situation. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, one more segment to go with Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors. Also, at the end of this segment, we'll make you a winner and open up the booty bag. And we'll have a winner here on a Tuesday. All right, what are you laughing at, Igoe?
I was not laughing, I was sighing.
Oh, Stephen Igoe. Ariel Epstein popped up on Twitter. Ariel has she's getting a new gig.
Has she announced it yet?
I don't think so. And I was texting.
I saw she was on MLB Network last night.
How awesome is that? Congratulations to Ariel Epstein, formerly of CTI 12. But I had 2 guesses. I was texting with her about what her new gig was, and both of my guesses were wrong. I'll let her break the news.
Right.
But I guess some pretty obvious next stops for her that are in the sports gambling industry. One of those is on TV right now, and the other is the obvious one that everybody else is probably thinking, Barstool. Sports. And it's neither one of those. So,
did she tell you what it was?
She did not, and I told her that I didn't even want her to say yes or no to my guesses, and she said no to both of them. So,
wow.
But she's doing big things. We'll get her on the show soon. She does a great job. I don't know how random it is, Igoe, but she's like really good at player props, especially for, I don't follow baseball as closely as you, but like pitcher strikeouts.
Right.
And she's got all this data and stuff. It's crazy.
It's cool, to see her find her way in that world, though. When she left here,
she carved out her own path.
Yeah, she was a backup news anchor or sports anchor, so it's all, and she had always worked hard, but it's very cool to see her succeed, because she's a hard worker, does a really good job.
She's awesome. I don't think her nor Maskovich had the path you want to take in this industry, as far as taking time off and being out there kind of on a wire without a net below you, and it both paid off for them. So maybe that is the path to go. Just take some time off, and you'll find a job. Zach, we'll talk to him later on in the week at WESH in Orlando and talk some UCF Knights. All right, what else do we want to talk to Igoe about before he gets out of here? Sorry about your Mariners, Igoe. Came up I guess technically 2 games short.
Yeah, 2 games.
What a weirdo.
It made it easier to take the fact that the Red Sox came back and won, because for a while there it was looking like the Nats were going to beat the Red Sox and therefore open up a door for the Mariners to get in with a win. And they just did not play well all weekend, and I was not surprised, because you're talking about a franchise that has the longest drought in professional sports. They're playing at home. And yeah, the city finally rallied around them, but they had all that pressure on them to, hey, you have to get in. This is the year. A bunch of young players, and I think they just didn't play their brand of baseball. They may have been better off just going on the road to play and getting away from the pressure of being the longest pro sports drought as far as making the playoffs. But the bottom line is they weren't supposed to be here anyway.
They're not only like a year ahead of schedule. They're like 2.
Yeah, I mean, they got still top 20 prospects in the next few years that are going to come up, and they're going to be really good. So, it sounds like they're going to spend some money this offseason to help complement the upcoming prospects, kind of like the Padres have done the last few years. So, looking forward to seeing who they can add this offseason.
I watch the NFL playoffs, and my team's not in it a lot. I watch the NBA playoffs. My team's hardly ever in it. Baseball, I might watch the World Series. I don't like baseball unless the Braves are playing. You're a baseball fan, but you just had that taste of your team potentially being in the playoffs. So how much of the playoffs will you be watching?
Traditionally, I love the wild card games. Winner take all games are great TV. Both teams are going to lay it all out there.
We got a unique matchup tonight, one we don't see a lot.
Yeah, and I was going to say I don't really want to watch it because I can't stand either team. I hope they both lose. I guess I'll pull for the Red Sox over the Yankees. I mean, I'll probably watch.
The lesser of 2 evils.
Definitely not fired up about it. Much more excited about Dodgers-Cardinals. Although the playoffs as a whole, just not excited about it. I mean, it's the same teams over and over. And so I'm pulling for the White Sox. I'm pulling for the Rays.
Yeah.
Even though the Rays have been in, they haven't won it before, right?
The Giants, how about your little brotherly love?
I mean, I'll pull for the Giants over most of the NL teams. I'll pull for the Brewers for Corey, and because they're new.
Yeah. Do you have any other teams that you have friends that root for those teams that are in?
No, not that I can think about.
Can't think of one, huh?
I used to have this friend, but he flicked me off earlier, and now I can't think of.
Now, did you flick him off first, or
no? I was pointing to my clavicle.
All right, fair enough.
No, but honestly, I would like to see the Braves win.
Thanks.
But, I mean, to think about it, I honestly think they're probably my favorite NL team.
Wow, you really did a 180 there.
Forgot they were in the playoffs because they're that irrelevant without Acuna.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but still got Freddie Freeman, Austin Riley, Ozzie Albies playing well. Who led the National League in RBIs this year, Steven? Mr. Baseball Head.
I have no idea. I'm going to guess Freddie Freeman.
Adam Duvall.
I mean, he spent half the year with another team. Does that even
He
count?
spent half the year on the Marlins, beating up on the Braves, and then doing nothing against other teams. And then we were like, hey, maybe we should bring this guy back. And they did, and he was pretty great. All right, Steven, I love a little pettiness in the NFL. And we got some petty wars going on between the Broncos and the Ravens. Now, I saw Vic Fangio's comments on Monday where he said Baltimore running the ball the last play of the game when they could have taken a knee, but they wanted to get their 100-yard streak continued. He said the word S. He said it was BS, bull S. And then he really went the extra mile and said, but we expect that from an organization like that. Like, he really went in on John Harbaugh and the Ravens, so there's bad blood there. John Harbaugh then responded something to the effect of, well, I didn't know there was a 16-point play. They're calling timeouts with the time running out. So both of these guys just keep doubling down instead of being like, I'll be the bigger man here and step back. No, forget a bigger man. Let's keep going at each other. So apparently there's a history there, I didn't know about any of this until Monday, really.
Yeah, Fangio used to work for Jim in Baltimore for a couple years. He also worked for John in Baltimore, Jim in San Francisco. And so he's worked for the Harbaughs. I think he gets along much better with Jim Harbaugh than John Harbaugh. But I noticed during the game that there were a few Broncos players like on the Ravens sideline, and like John Harbaugh is over there like talking smack with him. You can see like they're kind of like going back and forth. I'm like, usually you just don't see that from a coach. And so I don't know. It definitely is interesting that he would say that, like you said, saying it's BS is one thing, but to then be like, we expect that from the Ravens.
Yeah, just basically calling them like classless.
Yeah. It's, it'll be interesting to see the fallout from that, because usually when you make a comment like that, you better make sure you're squeaky clean on your end. But Fangio is an old school guy. I mean, he's been in the league nearly 40 years. This is his first time as a head coach in his third season. But he knows the ways of the league. He's been in the pros for most of that time, so he's at first I wasn't crazy about the comments, but then the more I thought about it, the more I like it. Like, because I like to see some emotion from a head coach, and was glad to see it.
And it's his last year because he's going to be fired after this year because the Broncos are about to go into a free fall, unfortunately. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
You think they have a good enough team to stick around?
Yeah, with Teddy Bridgewater. I apologize to Teddy B for being mad when they named him the starter over Drew Lock, because Drew Lock looked like absolute dog crap.
Did he accept your apology?
I don't know. He's concussed right now, so he's not allowed to take questions.
Let's go schedule watching at Pittsburgh. That is a win. Pittsburgh is awful. And then that sets you up. You beat Pittsburgh, you're 4-1, and that is a huge game against the Raiders that you're calling a W. Loss. That would set up a huge game
Thursday night.
That's a Thursday night.
That's a loss.
And then the hugest game of the year against the Washington football team. That is a tough schedule.
It is a really tough schedule.
Raiders at Browns. Washington's not really tough, but that could go either way. At Dallas is almost you can guarantee a loss because they are great. Eagles at home, you should win that. Chargers at home, tough. Chiefs at away, loss. Man, it doesn't let up. You definitely definitely through your easy part.
They got the easiest part of the schedule down. I think in reality they're like a 9-8.
Yeah,
maybe 10-7 team.
Is that enough to keep Fangio around?
I think it's playoffs or bust.
The thing is, is Bridgewater a one and done?
He's got 2 years left on his deal.
So he might go into next year as the starter if he comes back and plays well. All right.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, Pittsburgh, even though they're bad, they're going to be desperate this weekend, so that's not going to be an easy game. I think if they can find a way to win that, they'll be okay. If they lose that, I'm concerned.
Does Urban Meyer make it 17 games?
No.
Yes, I tend to agree with you. If he goes ahead and gets fired now, he could take the USC job.
I think I just think he's gone by.
Were you about to say that's his plan?
I don't know what his plan is at this point, but he clearly just he gives zero. You know what?
Yeah, it appears that way.
I mean, I just don't know how you do that. This day and age,
yeah,
everybody knows that you can't, if you're a public figure, be out there doing what he was doing.
Yeah, weird move by a weird guy. You can buy his books though now about leadership and how to behave.
I think I'm going to pass on that.
Okay. Check out hoistthecolors.net. I gave you a upvote.
I noticed that on the VIP takeaways article.
That was a really good article.
I was honestly shocked. I thought because you get a little notification in the green bell thing when people like you, and it said CB3 like one of your posts, and I thought it was going to be some facetious
where you talk smart sarcastic.
Yeah. No, it was a legitimate post.
Yeah, it was some good insight. Check that out, the VIP chat, all the great talks going on right now over at hoistthecolors.net. As Igoe will get you set.
Had a article today on the quarterback transfer that visited over the weekend.
Interesting. And you'll start to see more and more hoops. And Malcolm Gray dropped some dates for some fall baseball coming up, too. So we're getting into that time where everything kind of overlaps. It'll be fun and certainly busy. Have a good trip to Orlando. We'll call you on the pregame show and get your final thoughts on ECU and UCF.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we're celebrating 4 straight dubs.
Next Tuesday, Steve and I go down the entire basketball schedule and predict the wins and losses. It's something we do every year. Why? I don't know, but it's a lot of fun.
And we're always way wrong.
Way wrong. All right, Shirley Rhodes, let's make somebody a winner.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
317-1250, Shirley, what are we giving away on this lovely Tuesday late afternoon?
I am going to give away a $25 gift card to E&S Hemp Company.
You don't say.
I do say.
All right, fine. 317-1250. How about that? $25 gift card. E&S can be yours if you are caller number 10. We'll take a timeout, come back, have more for you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Bram Anderson from Tiebreakers, and we are excited to announce that we will be opening our second location in Winterville soon. Right now, our growing company is hiring team members for all positions for both locations. We need managers, bartenders, servers, cooks, and dishwashers. If you're looking for an opportunity to be on a fun and exciting restaurant team, then come see us today. Apply in person at Tiebreakers at Bells Fork. Check us out at tiebreakersnc.com.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Are you starting to plan your holiday travel for this year? Book today on American Airlines at PGV and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines and PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Public notice, Discount Master Furniture, Greenville, 1501 Evans Street. Everything must go up to 75% off. Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes, purple swivel chairs, ECU, $99. Desk chairs, $10. Queen mattresses, $199. Sofas, much more. Discount Master Furniture up to 75% off. 1501 Evans Street in Greenville, and I'll see you there!
I'm on site at the Gavigan Agency, and you guys have been taking care of my home and auto insurance for years, but I've been noticing that's not all you do.
First and foremost, Brian, Thank you for trusting us to help you and your family with your insurance needs. And you're exactly right. We offer a full host of insurance products to help protect our customers' personal and business insurance needs. Let me introduce you to Nathan Brannon, our commercial insurance specialist, and he can tell you about some of the other products we offer.
Great to talk with you, Brian. As John mentioned, I specialize in offering general liability, commercial property, business auto, and workers' compensation insurance to independent contractors, small business owners, and larger commercial customers throughout Eastern North Carolina. As a graduate of East Carolina University, I am passionate about taking care of my fellow pirates.
Wow, sounds like the Gavigan Agency can provide you just about any coverage a business owner might need. So give the Gavigan Agency a call today for any of your personal or business insurance needs and let them show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
Pirate Radio.
Ready? Yep. One way.
Pirate way.
Pirate way.
Only way.
All right.
Hey, all right.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or visit qualityequip.com to find the location near you. And congratulations to Bobby Raspberry of Winterville. Picked up a $25 gift card to E&S Hemp Company. Have you been waiting before trying CBD? Well, E&S Hemp is the area's leader in CBD, and they want to educate you on how their products work. Get relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD today at E&S Hemp on Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue, or online at ESHempCompany.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, Bobby Raspberry, trivia regular at AJ's on Wednesday nights. Braves fan as well. Congratulations on the dub there, Mr. Raspberry. All right, Shirley, let's hear some more Mike Houston comments before we take our final break and get out of here on a Tuesday. Our Bud Light EC report. Grab a Bud Light coming up this Saturday as you watch the Pirates take on the Knights. Also grab a Bud Light while you tune into the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Mike Houston 3, he was asked if he expects UCF to bounce back after losing to a struggling Navy team on Saturday.
Well, I mean, I think that the Navy team I saw on film this week and the Navy team I saw against Marshall were two different teams, and you knew that Ken would get everything fixed up there. I mean, you knew he would, and that triple option offense when it's humming, it's a challenge. And so that was a tough loss. I mean, UCF had a 2-touchdown lead late, and made some mistakes, and Navy took advantage of them. But I don't think so, because that's a tough conference game. You're playing at Navy. I mean, it's a tough place to play. Certainly they expected to win, but this league's tough. So I'm sure that they'll be motivated this week. I'm sure they're excited to be back at home. Like I said, they've got a lot of experienced guys. They've got a lot of talent. They'll be ready to go. So we've got a huge challenge on Saturday.
All right, Mike Houston there. UCF trying to bounce back after a loss. Pirates trying to keep it going and win 4 in a row. And Mike Houston was asked how he keeps up the good play and the win streak going on Saturday. Cut 4.
Well, we got to prepare to go play a good ball game. None of that other stuff matters. I mean, we're excited we got the win on Saturday. We're excited we're 1-0. That's done. We got a huge game this Saturday. We've got to have a great practice this afternoon. That's really the only focus I have right now, is having a great Tuesday practice. We're full pads. We got to get our work done. Our heavy contact stuff done today and tomorrow, and just mentally just preparing our guys for how we got to play Saturday.
All right, East Carolina coming off their best performance of the season, maybe their best in the Mike Houston era, right up there with SMU to finish last season. And he talked more about that performance against Tulane. Cut 5, Shirley.
That game Saturday is the first game since I've been here that we look like the team that I want to be. And the film confirmed it. we were extremely physical up front, both sides of the football. Love the way our DBs and linebackers ran and hit. Just love the play of the offensive line. I thought Holton was very composed in the pocket. I thought we protected him in the pocket. I thought we had guys that made plays around him. Special teams, I thought our kickoff team, really set the tone for a lot of things on Saturday. The way we covered kicks, the way we were hitting on special teams, forced a turnover on with the punt team. Very pleased the way our team played. Now, we want to build on that. Consistency. Can we do it again? Can we play that way and correct some things we did wrong and play just a little bit better this week? I think that's the challenge, because that's if you play the way we did in all three phases last week. If you play that way week in and week out, you're going to have a shot every weekend, and that's the whole deal. Go in, ready to play each week. It's a tough conference, so you can't look past anybody. You can't look behind you. It's just 1-0 each week. That's got to be the focus. Trying to go 1-0 each week.
All right, Mike Houston was asked by Stephen Igoe. We heard last week the practices were physical. They went a lot of one-on-one, good on good. And Igoe asked how you balance keeping up that physicality of practice, the hitting, the contact, all that, but also not wearing the guys down before they go out and take the field on Saturday, and still a long season ahead. It's a tough balance, and Mike Houston talked about that balance.
It's a fine line, but I think that you have to do it in kind of segments. You got to have some good on good, because you get the speed from that. You gotta have the physicality and competition with the O-line and D-line, because that's how you're gonna be sharp on Saturday. But again, it is a long season. But I think you look at what each program kind of looks at what they hang their hat on. What's your strengths? What gives you the best chance to win on game day? And ours has to be playing our freaking tails off, playing with physicality, playing with great effort, playing together, high execution. It has to be. That's the way we're going to win. And so, if we want to play like that on Saturday, we got to prepare like that.
And finally, let's hear Mike Houston talk about the number one rated cornerback in the country for PFF and what they do with the analytics and numbers and all of that stuff. Jaquan McMillan, East Carolina cornerback. What a run he's on of interceptions. He talked about his play.
Well, you just look at him, period. If you start asking him about any of that stuff, he is going to focus on one thing: the team, winning. How can I help my teammates play well? Doing my part. And that's how he sees all that. He's not all about Jaquan McMillan. He's about the ECU Pirates. I watch him in the leadership council, and we have a large group in the leadership council this year. And anything that comes up that is not team centered. He, Keaton, Raj, all those guys, they just chop it down. They are focused on our team, and that's it's refreshing to have guys like that, especially one that is playing so well and is doing so many things. But he has worked very, very hard. I thought he had a good year last year, but I think he's worked very, very hard. I think he's playing really, really well right now, and I don't know what all his stats are, but he's putting together a really, really solid year, and just the way he competes and plays. Some of the hits he made on some of the screens and short passes on Saturday, and then the play he made on the interception, which he kind of baited the quarterback a little bit, and it looked like it was there, and then all of a sudden he's sitting there waiting on him to make that throw and makes the play. So he's just a savvy, tough, hard-nosed kid that I'm glad he plays for us.
We all are, for sure. There is Mike Houston on Jaquan McMillan. Got more Mike Houston coming up on Wednesday. Got the coordinators' interviews going on Wednesday after Pirate Radio Live, so those will be available on our YouTube to watch in their entirety, and we'll have the audio of that for you Thursday on PRL. Let's take a time out, come back, wrap her up, and we return after the
Hey,
Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
At West Park Motor Company, customer satisfaction is the #1 goal while offering a wide range of cars, trucks, and SUVs at very competitive prices. Shop online at westparkmotorcompany.com right now to get started. Looking to sell your vehicle? Call West Park for a free appraisal. West Park is willing to pay more for your car or truck than the next dealer. West Park Motor Company, with locations in Greenville and Washington, and proud courtesy car dealer for the Pirates for over a decade. Go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
There are times in our lives when we feel like we have hit rock bottom with nowhere to go, but that is actually when God is closest to us and building us into who we are meant to be. Hi, I'm Holt Nailers, and that's how Built When Broken was formed. BuiltWhenBroken.com is an apparel brand to remind people not only where they come from, but also where they are going. Visit BuiltWhenBroken.com to get the latest BWB apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. BuiltWhenBroken.com, apparel for our walk through life.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach.
For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half-gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com. Well, the secret is out. CD's Grill has the best breakfast in Greenville. Start your day with a made-to-order breakfast Monday through Saturday at CD's Grill. Plus, you can enjoy lunch Monday through Friday. And their lunch specials are always a huge hit. Monday, it's barbecue chicken. Tuesday, pork tenderloin and gravy. Wednesday, chicken and pastry. Thursday, barbecue pork chops. And Friday, it's spaghetti. CD's Grill on Fire Tower Road in Winterville, near Evans Street. Stop by CD's Grill for the best country cooking around.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
This is Marcus Crandall, former ECU Pirate and Grey Cup champion. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sun Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report for today. The Dow was up 311 points at 34,314. The NASDAQ was up 178 points at 14,433. And the S&P was up 45 at 4,345. That's a look at your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. And taking a quick look at your Buck scoreboard, it is the only game in town. It is the Red Sox hosting the Yankees at 8 o'clock. I am going to kill this music because he is killing me right now. That is a look at your Buck scoreboard. Anyway, so the Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in eastern North Carolina. The Buccaneer Music Hall is open from noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night. And, of course, where am I? Oh, during football season, they have food trucks during the day. Follow the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for an updated schedule. We'll see you at the Buck. Now, back to you, Clip.
The Buck. Great Tuesday show. Strong finish. And we will see you back here Wednesday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Excuse me while I kiss the sky.